games. You're going to face another team tonight like the St. Louis Blues in the same category. And you can't have stretches where, they gave up 3 goals, in a little over 5.5 minutes. Can't happen in the league. And those are the kind of, you want to say, demons the Hawks are fighting right now. But they're fixable. I think it's just, it's keeping your mental game. It's one shift at a time, as we talked about, as Coach Colleton said. You come off from having a great shift, you don't get complacent. You're talking your line mates on the bench saying, okay, let's get at the next one. Communication is huge. We talked about that last night after the game on some of the goals. The communication has to be better because you got to know where your teammates are going to be. You got to be able to trust them that they're going to do their job correctly so you can do yours correctly.
Perfect segue as we get to Jake McCabe's quote in just a moment, because it's more than just decision-making that's hurting the Hawks right now. You talked about giving up 3 goals in around 5 minutes yesterday. That just seems to happen. That snowball starts to roll downhill, and then it just gets bigger and bigger and makes it more difficult for the Hawks. And Jake McCabe thinks that the confidence in the team might be getting hindered because of those situations.
Yeah, I think just mental lapses and just taking a shift-by-shift attitude, keeping that picture real small, and you have a bad shift, shake it off, and you got to focus on the next one and the next one after that, and setting up the line that's coming after you to set them up for success, and just not get scored on at this point. And that's going to be our focus moving forward. Frankly, each guy's got to look at themselves in the mirror and what do they have to be? What do we have to be better to a man each individually? And you got to bring that. You got to support your linemen, support your D pairs, support our goaltenders, and just keep grinding away. Frankly, it's a tough league to win every single night, no matter who you're playing. And obviously, we're lacking confidence right now from this start. So, like I said earlier, just really keep that picture very, very small throughout the game, and really focus on a shift-by-shift mentality and a battle-by-battle mentality, and just build your game throughout the 60 minutes that way.
So, Paul, I feel like Hawks fans are learning that hockey can be a very mental game. You just talked about it a little bit ago. We have talked about the puck luck that not only hasn't been in the Hawks' favor, but it seems to be working against them as well. We've kind of beaten the dead horse on you creating your own luck. That those things are real. Good teams will create their own luck. Bad teams will find that luck to not be in their favor and somehow can't work out of it. But being in one of those ruts right now just seems like once the Hawks break through it, everything will be a lot more smooth sailing. It won't just be a consistency. They can't rely on it, but things will probably open up a lot more once they're able to break through and maybe get that first win.
Well, I definitely would like to see if that's true. Obviously, let's get on that winning streak, but obviously getting the first one is most important. And yeah, it runs downhill. It can also run uphill. So, there's the roster. There's the guys here. I love that. Looks like Dylan Strom's getting back in. He's going to play center tonight. That's good. He's got the right attitude. He's going to create offense. He can be good on the power play too if needed. These guys. It can get mental in terms of like, okay, here we go again type of thing. Well, let's not have that happen, and that happens with doing the micromanaging the game. Like, okay, shoot, half a shift. Okay, when the whistle blows, get your mind right again. This is my job on this face-off. Be ready to go. This is we win the draw, we lose the draw. What's my job? I mean, it has to come down to that little of detail. And quite frankly, it's what do they do after a goal is scored? It is a big key to their game right now. Is even when they score, they've been giving the goals up. So it's not that they've gained them. You think they've gained the momentum, but they're giving up another goal. They're giving up a goal right after, and the momentum is gone. So it's reactions after shift. That's going to be one of the keys of the game tonight.
So no game has finished with a win just yet, but that doesn't mean that each game has been a complete loss. Jeremy Colleton has a lengthy message, but he explains why and how detailed it is and why he's assessed his team with so many details so far.
5 of the 8 games we've played, we haven't given ourselves a chance. I think we haven't been hard enough to beat. I feel like we've given up too many rush chances, and we've made it, in my opinion, too easy for the opposition to get momentum and find belief that they're going to find a way to score. I think over the 8 games, we haven't had a chance to look at everything from the last game, but I think the first 7, we have been better defensively overall. I think primarily that's been influenced by the 3 games we've been good in. I do think that things are going to even out over time as far as us producing a little bit more, and I think the goals against probably should be lower based on how we play defensively. Ultimately, that's fine. To me, the focus is still on being harder to beat, giving teams less in transition, making sure we have numbers back to defend, playing less of a gambling game in transition. When we've done that, we've been, I think, very competitive. We haven't come out with wins in those games, but we will. The issue has been doing it consistently so that you give yourself a chance to be paid off. We haven't done that yet.
So again, there's a lot there, but for good reason. When you're the head coach of an NHL team that's on a skid right now, all that you can do is pull the positives and try to work forward with it. And we've talked about that being the case so much, Paul, but I remember you saying yesterday that you were pleased with some of the Hawks' defense in that second period, not like they were totally overmatched by Carolina, and then, those 2 goals, Carolina caught a little bit of luck in those 2 goals that made it a 4-goal advantage at the time. But what other positives from last night? Because now the Hawks are doing a back-to-back. I think this is only the second time they've done that this year. So what types of positives did they have last night that you feel they can bring into tonight?
Well, they really did. When you think about it, they held Carolina to 17 shots after the first period where they had 18. And, aside from those 2 goals that, the Hawks were in good defensive mode right there. 2 bounces that didn't go their way. They ricocheted off a player. One got right back to Aho, and he buried it. So their structure was better, and they were able to play out a quote-unquote boring game. And I think that's what Coach Carlton is talking about, is we don't want to run and gun and give 2-on-1s and have them back. We want teams to make teams be boring against, and then capitalize when you can kind of make a team boring and get them a little frustrated that you're always back, 3-4 guys back. That'll maybe get them to try to maybe take a chance here and there, and you can pop on one of their turnovers and turn it the other way. So that's something I think he's alluding to, is frustrate the other team by playing that consistent hard game and boring game and not giving them, those odd man rushes, because you saw it last night. Jake McCabe comes down the left wing and he's got 3 guys going towards the net. He even alluded it to in his media, and that he missed the net high. But even if he does that, I think one of those 3 forwards should be thinking, okay, wait a second, I got to stay back here just in case something like that happens. So I think that's something maybe that can be talked about and addressed, and I'm sure it was. So just things like that, it might not be sexy. It could be the boring play, but you know what? It could end up being a winning type of play.
One of the guys that did score yesterday and gave the Hawks a 2-1 lead, Adam Gaudette, scoring his first goal as a Blackhawk. Thought that this time of the year would be the time we are talking about all the different pieces that the Hawks have added and how they're helping out offensively, but clearly the offense has been struggling this year. But the Hawks offense has been struggling, which leads to a lot of line changes. And Adam Gaudette explains how that has been a factor.
I don't know. I think we're all just, trying to find what fits. And there's a lot of new faces on this team, a lot of guys who haven't played together yet. And I think we're just, we're trying to find what works. And, it's a process for sure. And obviously we're not where we want to be, but we just got to keep our heads down and keep working and stick together to grind through this to get out of this hole.
So, Paul, it's no surprise that lines get mixed up later on in the game when Jeremy Colleton is trying to spark some offense when a goal is needed. But this is a team that's trying to develop chemistry, and it's got to be a factor when you're constantly playing with different line mates. How can that affect an offense as a whole?
You're looking, when you're mixing up the lines, if it's not working, you're just looking to find maybe even just 2 guys that look like they have a kind of a connection, or they have a synchronicity where they're, reading another guy without having to say anything. And I just kind of wanted to go back to Adam Gaudette, because he's a guy that I think he's learning on the fly here how to play both ends of the rink really well and gaining his coach's trust that way. Because this guy, if you look back, this guy was the Hobie Baker winner. For people that don't know out there, that don't know that in college, that is, the Heisman Trophy in college hockey. He scored 30 goals in 38 games in a college season. So this guy can score, but I think they were waiting for him to learn to play a 200-foot game, be more physical, and I'm seeing that come in his game. And when that is happening now, he got opportunity. They reward him with power play time. And what happened last night? He scores a power play goal. I'm not saying he's going to go on some tear for 25 goals for the season or 20 in the next 40 games, but it's something that like you can build off. And I think other guys can do the same thing. When you see a guy like that, he's putting in the work in the defensive zone, and then eventually gets the other part of the game where maybe I feel confident here. I need to work on this part. It's good to see that. And then maybe he finds, you're talking about chemistry with Entwistle on that line. It's really just when you mix it up, you're trying to stir the blender up and find out what works best. And a guy like Gaudette can score goals. So if he can work that 200-foot game, maybe he finds chemistry with Entwistle. Maybe it's with Hagel. You never know. But that's the type of thing that coach does when he's mixing the lines up. He's looking for two, three, and you get three guys. That's a bonus. You can get three guys with Magic. That's great. But you're just trying to find that chemistry with a couple players.
In an effort to avoid trying to create that forced chemistry, Jeremy Colleton generally states that the team just needs to be tougher to beat. More specifically, ensuring an F3 and being smart on our pinches. Here he goes into detail with it.
You got to have an F3, but a lot of times it's even F1 and F2, making sure you beat your check-up ice. I mean, all teams join the rush with their defensemen, so we got to win those races back. Carolina, they're an excellent team at joining. You got to beat your check-up ice, and then D, there's a time to pinch. Maybe it's late in the shift or in the offensive zone play where the odds are stacked in your favor, but bouncing pucks when you're going the wrong way, and we've had some pressure. We think we're close to scoring, then all of a sudden it's 2-1 the other way. Those are tough to recover from those.
So, Paul, I'm going to ask you once again to kind of explain this hockey talk, because I can't go into detail as best as you probably can. So can you kind of give us the cliff notes on what Jeremy Colleton just said?
Well, I was going to drop, Hunger Games on you a little bit. The odds, the odds in your favor, right?
Okay,
well, that means when you see a play that's more than a 50-50 puck, if you're 10 feet away from that puck on the boards as a defenseman, and the winger is too, and it's 50-50, and you don't see your guys in a good defensive position, you're not going for that puck. You might go halfway to kind of force them, but you're going to make sure you're back on a play like that. That's one right there. And then F1 and F2, that's your first two guys on a forecheck, right? They got to come back and beat their defensemen. That's what he's talking about, defensemen up the ice. And St. Louis, much like Carolina, has some defensemen that like to do that. Torrey Krug, Justin Falk, Colton Parayko are guys that will get up in the play and want to get in the offense. So it's going to be happening tonight. Yes, F3 is more important, obviously, because most times it's the three forwards or three guys going on a rush. But there are going to be enough times that the defensemen with the guys they have here in St. Louis, it's going to be important for those first two guys. Yeah, finish your checks. Absolutely, stay hard on pucks. But then your instinct, if they were able to move it up ice, has got to be, I got to get back through the middle of the ice, get back and beat those guys back to our net.
That's Paul Caponigri. He and Alan Furing will have the call tonight. Hey, show Alan the ropes, huh? You're the seasoned veteran out there.
Doesn't that happen fast, right? Game 6, I'm the veteran. Amazing, huh?
Have a great call, Paul. We'll talk to you in the first period. That is Paul Caponigri over the Enterprise Center. Again, he and Alan Furing will have the call tonight. Alan filling in for John tonight, which means Alan got to sit down with head coach Jeremy Colleton.
Yeah, for sure. It's there's always a good atmosphere, and it's a big challenge for us. They've had a good start, and we're in a situation where we need to win. So, I think no better time than to beat them in their barn.
Blackhawks hockey is sponsored by Plumbers 911 Chicago. Visit plumbers911.com for emergency plumbing service. Your locally owned Citgo, fueling good. Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Illinois, the card to carry through it all. And Ditch Witch Midwest. Alan and Jeremy will be breaking down tonight's matchup. It's the Blackhawks visiting the Blues. Hawks still looking for their first win of the year. You're listening to the FanDuel Sportsbook Chicago Blackhawks pregame show here on 720 WGN.
It's been said that in a forest of 100,000 trees, no two are alike. And it's in this natural beauty that TimberTech finds inspiration to create lifelike reflections of the look of real wood found in our high-performance decking products, perfectly capturing natural beauty without ever harming nature itself. TimberTech offers the real look of wood without ever compromising quality, performance, longevity, or design. All so you can build an outdoor space unlike any other. TimberTech. Go against the grain.
That's the sound of one of my favorite customers ever. His name's Jeremy. His dad Frank called me when it was time to replace their drafty old windows and to take advantage of our limited time sale. As a dedicated Pella advisor, I make getting new windows and doors simple. And when it comes to installation, nobody does it like Pella. Our local team can typically install in just a day.
Right now, you can elevate the look of your home with special offers from Pella Indianapolis. Visit PellaIndianapolis.com/radio to learn more.
DHL Roofing is hosting a hiring event on November 3rd from 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. at 7400 Shadeland Avenue in Indianapolis, Indiana. DHL Roofing is rapidly growing and are currently hiring outside sales representatives who are confident, determined, and aggressive. You can make up to 6 figures just in your first year. DHL Roofing also provides excellent benefits, including health, vision, dental, life, a generous 401k match, and so much more. For more information, visit DHL Roofing on Facebook today.
That's for you. Answer the call from patients who need plasma. Donations are down, so give plasma at a Grifols center and receive compensation. Visit grifolsplasma.com.
Veterans, you stepped up for our freedom. You deserve the freedom to move about your home. If you served in a branch of the armed forces, enter for the chance to win a home stair lift with installation from Access Elevator. Visit WGNradio.com/contests.
The beloved fairy tale Rodgers and Hammerstein's Cinderella comes to the Paramount Theater. Enter to win a night out with me, Dean Richards, including a VIP meet and greet and 2 tickets to the show Sunday, November 21st. Visit WGNradio.com/contests.
As we continue along with the FanDuel Sportsbook Chicago Blackhawks pregame show, it's time to go behind the bench with Blackhawks head coach Jeremy Colleton. And Jeremy, obviously, last night you guys got off to a great start, got that first goal for the second straight game. Things didn't pan out the way you wanted them to afterwards, but I imagine response is big, and the best medicine maybe to get back at it 24 hours later tonight.
Yeah, I did like our start. For me, early, we did a lot of the things that you would need to do to beat a team like Carolina in their barn. I mean, obviously they got a great record to start the year, and they've been excellent at home over the last few years. So we knew it was a big challenge. As I said, I liked how we came out, but ultimately I think we let them back in the game. Too much of a gambling mindset, and obviously the 2-on-1s, and they capitalized on them. And then is when they're in the lead, they're a great team. They're in the driver's seat, and then it's an uphill battle from there. So to me, that was the difference in the game. It's just we needed to consolidate that lead and get in after the first, tied or up, and we didn't do that.
You guys had some travel overnight. St. Louis hasn't played since Thursday. They've been at home waiting. So I imagine you want to bottle up the start of the game yesterday and play that way right off the bat. What are you looking for from your team in the first 5 to 10 minutes tonight?
Yeah, ultimately just be solid. Be solid, do simple things, get in on the forecheck, spend time in the offensive zone, hold the puck down there. That just allows us to get settled in the game and build confidence. And again, I think that decent start last night, we got to do that again, but then we got to extend it. We got to continue and build that momentum. And that's how it is. That's what we need to do.
Alex DeBrincat had another one last night. He's got 3 goals in his last 4 games. What have you liked about him?
Yeah, when he's going, he's skating, and he's recovering pucks. He defends well, gets the puck in transition, and flies through the neutral zone. He's dangerous off the rush. I love, again, when he's at his best, he's one of the best back checkers in the league. He'll strip guys. He gets above the puck and turns it over again and gets going the other way. And to me, that's what we need from him.
Right off the bat this season, this team has been all about depth. And when you have a team with so much depth, the word opportunity comes up. And obviously Tyler Johnson got banged up last night. Who gets the opportunity in this game?
Yeah, so Stromer will go in. As you said, we need different guys to step forward here. We're, of course, missing some guys, and that's the reality of it. There's no excuses, though. We got to me, play a game that's going to give us a chance. And we don't control the result, but we control the performance. And we need contributions from every line. We need a solid defensive game. Make them work for what they get. Make them earn their chances.
last night opportunity was present for one of your young rookies from Rockford, Isaac Phillips, made his NHL debut. You had him alongside of Eric Gustafsson. What did you see from him in his first game?
Yeah, solid. I think, again, big challenge going into that rink against that team. We like his size. We like his skating. I think he was able to get some stops and just close on people. And they got a lot of depth over there. So no matter, who was out against it, it was a challenge for him. And I think he did well. Hopefully he can build on that and come into tonight with even more confidence and keep improving.
Chicago and St. Louis, one of the best rivalries in the National Hockey League. I'm from Peoria, Illinois, right in between the two. So to me, it is the biggest rivalry. It doesn't matter what point of the season we're in. It doesn't matter what the records are. This is usually one of the top-notch rivalries for fans, and it's always a lot of fun.
Yeah, for sure. It's there's always a good atmosphere, and it's a big challenge for us. They've had a good start, and we're in a situation where we need to win. So, I think no better time than to beat them in their barn.
Appreciate it, Jeremy.
Thank you.
More to come on the FanDuel Sportsbook Chicago Blackhawks pregame show after this on 720 WGN.
My first plan to spice up the NFL season was to add man-eating tigers to the game. We lost a lot of great players that day, and that was my bad. Now I'm bringing you the Caesars Sportsbook app. It's got live in-game betting, parlays, and Caesars rewards, people. It's even better than Tiger Ball.
Must be 21. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-9-WITH-IT.
Meet Caitlin and Adrian, a just-married couple that loves each other almost as much as I love windows. As a dedicated Pella window and door replacement advisor, I help guide them through our quality options and decide on the right choice for their style and budget.
Right now, you can elevate the look of your home with special offers from Pella Indianapolis. Visit PellaIndianapolis.com/radio to learn more.
Hi, this is Terry Prince. I'm the Acting Director of the Illinois Department of Veterans Affairs. We're taking the month of November to amplify our support of veterans through Operation Rising Spirit. And we're asking for your help by writing a note of appreciation to a veteran in one of our homes. You can easily do this by visiting our website at veterans.illinois.gov and click on Send a Vet a Message. We've seen how this small gesture brightens their day and lifts the spirits of our veterans.
Chicago Gateway Green has been greening and beautifying Chicago for the past 35 years. Gateway Green is the oak leaf signs on the expressways and 100 gardens covering over 160 acres of roadside landscape that provide cleaner air. Gateway Green has planted thousands of shrubs, perennials, and trees and removed more than 1.5 million pounds of litter from expressways. Help Gateway Green in its mission by becoming an expressway partner and showcase your company to hundreds of thousands of consumers every day. Visit ChicagoGatewayGreen.org.
Place your legal sports bets at BetRivers.com. Live in-game betting on major sporting events worldwide. From money lines, point spreads, and many more. Sign up now and we'll match your first deposit up to $250. BetRivers.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-9-WITH-IT. 1-800-994-8448.
It's beginning to look a lot like road trip season. Make sure your road trip ready checklist includes a free battery test at Advance Auto Parts. If it turns out you need a new battery, the perfect diehard for you is right there. Diehard is America's most trusted auto battery. It's reliable, durable, and powerful, which is important because your holiday road trip can't start if your car doesn't. Diehard is available at Advance Auto Parts and participating CarQuest locations. See store for details.
There's a lot of screaming, division, partisanship. Is it more affirmation than information? What we're trying to do is something different, something that everyone wants, the presentation of truth.
The Dahlman Report, weeknights at 5 p.m. only on News Nation.
Hello, Chicago. Ashley Banfield here. Tune into Banfield weeknights on News Nation and let's talk. Find us on Comcast, Channel 223, DirecTV 307, and AT&T UVerse 1180. That's Banfield weeknights at 9 on News Nation.
Tyler Johnson not in the lineup tonight after getting cross-checked last night. Dylan Strome is in. We're going to give you Jeremy Colleton's lineup, sponsored by Jets Pizzas. Who's going to deliver? Jeremy Colleton delivering the lineup. The cheesy to the edge crust that changed the game. Jets Pizza, the best Detroit-style pizza on the planet. Jets, better because it has to be. I'm Joe Brand. You're listening to the FanDuel Sportsbook Chicago Blackhawks pregame show. Dominic Kubalik, Kirby Doc, and Philip Kurashev on that first line. Alex DeBrincat, Dylan Strome, and Mike Hardman on the second. Followed by Ryan Carpenter, Jonathan Taves, and Brandon Hagel, and then Mackenzie Entwistle, centering a line of Adam Gaudette and Reese Johnson. The defensive pairs of Calvin Nahan and Seth Jones, along with Jake McCabe and Connor Murphy. Finished off by Isaac Phillips and Eric Gustafson. Marc-Andre Fleury is in net. That'll do it for the FanDuel Sportsbook Chicago Blackhawks pregame show. Alan Furing on the play-by-play, along with Paul Campanigri, over from the Enterprise Center as the Blackhawks visit the St. Louis Blues. This is Blackhawks hockey on 720 WGN.
The Blackhawks, Wildcats, and the NFL play here on AM 720. On smart speakers, say play WGN Chicago.
WGN. Hey, it's Mike Rowe, and I've got gas. Natural gas, that is. It comes to me through a series of pipes buried in the ground. Pipes that all too often get damaged by people who dig before calling 811. This causes real problems for millions of Americans like me who rely on natural gas to heat their homes and cook their food, but it's even worse for the people who hit the gas lines. Well, here's the good news. You don't have to be one of those people. Just call or click 811 before you dig and visit safeexcavator.com for more info.
A gift of fine jewelry holds so much meaning. It can really mark a moment. That's why I love being a jewelry consultant at Shane Company. I get so much joy helping our customers find something special for the people they love. Like the customer in the military who wanted to propose to his girlfriend before he was deployed. We rushed to get the engagement ring ready for him, and he was overwhelmed with gratitude. Or the customer who survived cancer. The whole time she was in treatment, her grown daughter was by her side, taking care of her. She told us her daughter had a heart of gold. And to show her appreciation, she gave her a 14-karat gold heart necklace. Another customer came in to get his wife a gift to celebrate their growing family. They were adopting a baby. He picked out a beautiful necklace with the child's birthstone. It's precious moments like these that make my job so meaningful.
Now you have a friend in the jewelry business. Shane Company and Shaneco.com.
Geico presents Monster Counseling.
Dracula, tell me how you're feeling.
No one understands how lonely it is. No one will even let me into their house. I knock and I knock, but they ignore me.
Uh-huh. What else?
I look in the mirror and I don't even see myself anymore.
If you don't see yourself clearly, can you really expect others to?
I'm having a breakthrough.
It's not easy to be a vampire, but with Geico, it's super easy to switch and save hundreds on your car insurance.
It's hockey time.
By the Capitals, and shoots, he scores! Alex fires, big save by Fleury in the Kurashev, shoots, he scores! Hockey shoots, he scores! Glove save made by Fleury! Kane shoots, he scores!
It's time. It's time for Chicago Blackhawks hockey.
Fires, he scores!
On the Blackhawks Radio Network.
Number 400 for Patrick Kane!
The march to the Stanley Cup has begun.
Go Blackhawks!
It's go time. Now, welcome the Chicago Blackhawks radio broadcast team.
Since 1967, the Chicago Blackhawks and St. Louis Blues have faced each other 382 times. Tonight, that rivalry reignites once again as the Blackhawks look for their first win of the season from Enterprise Center in St. Louis, Missouri. Well, good evening, everyone, and welcome to the broadcast high atop Enterprise Center. We're live on 720 WGN. I'm Alan Furing, taking over for John Weideman, who moves over, I'd say maybe 15 feet to my right in the TV booth here in St. Louis. I'm in the play-by-play chair, and I'm very, very excited to be joined by Paul Campanigri for tonight's game. And, Paul, of course, Chicago completing a brief two-game road trip tonight. Things started well last night, didn't end up that way, a 6-3 loss in Carolina. They got goals from Brandon Hagel, Adam Gaudette, and also Alex DeBrincat. It wasn't enough, though, and Jeremy Colleton was very specific this morning speaking with the media about what his team needs to do tonight.
Yeah, Alan, the same message has been being sent, right? Because, you know, they haven't had any positive results. So everybody, Hawks fans, the coaches, the player, everyone, the staff, us, we don't want to talk about it anymore. We want to talk about what's next after a big victory. So it's key for the Hawks to get off to a good start on the road. Hey, they lost to a division-leading team last night. They're playing another division in their division leading team, so it's not easy. But the Hawks got to find some consistency. We're going to say it a million times until it happens, but that's what the Hawks need to do.
I've got a feeling this is the night, Paul. This is going to be it. They've got a tough opponent in St. Louis. Let's get down to some business first, though. First hour injury report. It's brought to you by the good folks at Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Illinois, the card to carry through it all. Well, of course, in last night's game, unfortunately, we talked about it on the pregame show, Tyler Johnson banged up. Neck stiffness, he is out, and he is not a part of the equation here tonight. Still on the COVID protocol list include Patrick Kane, Henrik Borgstrom, Riley Stillman, and Jujhar Khaira, so they're all out. And on LITR, Caleb Jones and also Wyatt Kalynuk thankfully have been skating recently. That's a great sign. Their return is coming soon, but they are out as well. Now time for Who Am I Banking On? That's brought to you by Marquette Bank. Wake up to a better bank. Marquette Bank and fun rewards. Now, Paul, I know the low-hanging fruit is there. I'm not going out on a limb here. Alex DeBrincat, he's got goals in back-to-back games, 3 goals in his last 4. He's got a team-leading 4 goals on this season. This very well could be a 40-goal season for Alex DeBrincat the way he is playing early on. He's going to get it done. I just know he is in this game for the 5th year forward for the Chicago Blackhawks. How about your pick to perform?
Well, I swear I didn't pick this because of you picking Alex DeBrincat, but I'm going to go. My pick to perform is Mike Hardman. He's playing on the line with Alex DeBrincat, and that is sponsored by Ditch Witch Midwest. Since 1970, Ditch Witch Midwest has been your partner for trenchers, cable plows, and directional drills. Visit ditchwitchmidwest.com.
Well, Paul, obviously some keys to the game. Mike Hardman is going to be a big part of that, you would imagine. The keys to the game brought to you by Team Huckberg. If you're looking to purchase a new home or refinance your existing home, go to 56david.com. A few seconds here, Paul. What are the keys to this game?
Yeah, I mean, they're not a lot different from what I've been saying the last couple of games, but first and foremost, you heard from Coach Colleton about this, limit rushes, especially odd man rushes. Got to slow things down. Second will be win your shifts after goals, important keys. And finally, consistent 5-on-5 play. Power play and penalty kills have been good, but 5-on-5 play is going to be good. And we are going to go silent here now as we get to the national anthem.
Blues and Blackhawks coming up.
I ask you to rise and remove your caps and help in the singing of the national anthem. Performed tonight by Stacy Cheney.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose
Star-Spangled Banner, live from Enterprise Center tonight. Now we are set for hockey. Let's take a look at our starting lineups. First for the Chicago Blackhawks. Between the pipes, his 888th career start in the National Hockey League. Marc-Andre Fleury gets the nod. Kevin Lankinen was in net last night in Carolina. Ahead of Fleury on defense, it'll be Seth Jones, who leads the team with 7 points on the year. He's paired up with Calvin DeHaan. And at the red line, taking the opening faceoff tonight, Captain Jonathan Taves. He's got Ryan Carpenter to his right. Brandon Hagel to his left. For the St. Louis Blues, Jordan Binnington gets the nod. Binnington, the 28-year-old from Richmond Hill, Ontario, is 4-1-0 in 5 appearances so far this year, a .302 goals against average. He last played on Thursday in a 4-3 loss to Colorado, made 38 saves in that one. It's Justin Falk on defense, and he's paired up with Torrey Krug, the former Boston Bruin, up top at the red line. It'll be the line of Justin Falk, James Neal, and Pavel Buchnevich. We're set to get underway here. The Blackhawks moving right to left across your radio dial. They've got the white tops, black pants. They're trimmed in black and red. Fleury over on the far right-hand side. At center ice, Jonathan Toews wins the opening faceoff, and away we go from St. Louis. And immediately a whistle as it's dumped in, and puck is touched up below the goal line, extended, and will come all the way back.
And I'm just going to get this now while Jonathan Toews is on the ice. I'm saying this a few times tonight, but every goal and assist by Patrick Kane or Jonathan Toews this season is sponsored by ChevyDriveChicago.com. Check out Chevy Trucks. Click and drive. Shop online 24/7 at ChevyDriveChicago.com.
There's an offside whistle against the Blackhawks, so we're back underway. The puck's fired in by Buchnevich, the former New York Ranger. Plays it diagonally to the left wing corner. Seth Jones greets it there. He'll bump it along the boards. Toews gets a touch. Opening up in front. Buchnevich turns on the forehand. Couldn't get a shot off in tight. And the Blackhawks will break it out. Right to left, Brandon Hagel leads the charge. Drops it off at the line for Toews. He'll swirl it around the boards. It comes all the way up to the right point. Both teams make a change just 41 seconds into tonight's contest. Parayko to the near side, right in front of the penalty boxes. Filters one through to Thomas and down the left wing. Hard cut back, bottom of the left circle. Tarasenko to the right wing. Parayko has time, sends it in front. Fleury made a save, and he'll cover it up. He makes the puck disappear with 56 seconds off the clock and no score.
Yeah, I mean, one guy we didn't really talk about in the pregame show at all was Marc-Andre Fleury. Not off to his season start that obviously he would like, but he's a key for them in net. He's going to have to come up with big saves throughout the game. Goaltending is, quite frankly, the most important job in hockey. And, you know, he's a pro's pro. He's done everything in hockey, so they're going to need him to be at the top of his game to get on the win column.
That wasn't smart of us in the pregame not to bring him up.
We were saving it. We were saving it for the important time.
Fleury's looking for his first win through 4 games. 575 goals against average, not the numbers he wants, and of course he knows that, and the team in front of him knows that. He's off the face-off. The puck bounces to the bottom of the right circle in the Hawk zone. Faked out to center, and Entwistle got it all the way down the ice. It was redirected. No icing call. Kubalik chases it, but Binnington came out to get it. Turnover in front, and his shot goes off his stick and high into the netting. That was Kurashev with the chance. The Blues with a giveaway. Kurashev tried to make him pay, but it was redirected over the glass.
Types of plays the Hawks need. Gustafsson gets the puck up. Kubalik battles it in the zone, gets it low. They get on the forecheck. They create a turnover, unable to get the shot on goal. But those are the types of plays the Hawks need, especially early on in this game.
Chicago 0-6-2, 2 points through 8 games so far. The Blues 5-1 through their first 6 games, 10 points. It's first in the Central, tied for second in the Western Conference overall. Loaded out to center for Kyrou. Kyrou will skate it over the Hawks line, hands it off on the near side, and it's backhanded down low by Falk. Into the right wing corner, it's continued along by Perron. And knifed away from the trapezoid and brought to the near side half wall on the near end by Connor Murphy. Hawks will bring it through center, it's Doc. The right wing of the St. Louis zone. He's into a blue there, that's Krug. Doc stays with it. Nice play to get it up to the line. Nagel tried to hold on to it there at the right point, couldn't. The Blues will take it back to center. Braden Shen steps over the red line and guides it into the Hawk zone. Immediately cleared back out by Jake McCabe. 2 minutes into the first period, no score. Hawks and Blues for the first of 4 meetings on the season. And for Chicago, ending back-to-back. 15 back-to-backs this season. This is the second of them. They also had one right at the start of the year in New Jersey and Pittsburgh. Fleury comes out of his net to play. It has to be careful. Hands it off. Played up the near wing by McCabe, and at the point a shot from Parayko. Missed the net wide left. Forced off the far wall by Dylan Strome, who draws back into the lineup with Johnson coming out. Of course, Tyler Johnson, an injury late in last night's game, and neck stiffness is what keeps him out tonight. Parayko calls for it, gets it in his own zone, left wing, skates it out to center, had plenty of time, steps over the red line, leaned over to his right skate and dumped it in. Blackhawks are there, it's Dahan. Back ends up the right wing wall, kept in, long shot save made by Fleury, rebounds loose, and the Hawks clear it away for now. Not quite out of the zone. Right point turning shot got through from Clifford in just his second game of the season. Blues still with it. They're pressuring. Left point of shots kicked away by Fleury. You saw that one well from Marco Scandella. Four-man tie-up along the left wing boards. The puck is brought free by Entwistle. He'll send it behind his own net, and DeHaan gets out the 9-iron and flips it way out to center. 16:42 to go in period number 1. Shots on goal, 4-0 favoring the St. Louis Blues. They've got it in their own zone. It's Jake Wallman. He angles it off the near side boards to Bozak. He takes a hit from Carpenter. Puck comes free for Taves. Alvin Taves tried to float it in deep. Couldn't. That got cut off by Bozak. Comes right back to the red line, and it's fired in by Connor Murphy. 28-year-old from Boston sent it in deep, and that gives the Blues room. They'll work it left to right. And they're alternate sweaters in this game for St. Louis. Up the powder blue. Here's a long lead pass up the right wing wall. Cutting in is Taves, and trying to get it to Hagel, and that got cut off. He opted for the pass instead of the shot. Here's Falk behind his own net. Used the cage as a pick. Sends it ahead for Bozak, and he'll kick it to the far side for Tarasenko. Cross-ice pass just off the mark for Buchnevich. That allows Entwistle to send it up the right side of the Blackhawks zone. Skating onto it is Dylan Strome. He'll dump it in. He got 4 minutes and 15 seconds off the clock in the first period. Still no score. Good pace here early on, Paul, as the Blues handle it in their own end. And it's brought up the right wing wall and pushed to center by Mikkola. In his season debut, got it to Kyrou, the leading scorer for the Blues. Skates behind the Hawks net, sent it to the side of the blue paints. And not much doing there for St. Louis. It's going to be outletted all the way down the ice by Kubalik. Rush after it. Icing waved off. Real nice hustle play there for Alex DeBrincat. Got there to end that icing call, which was in effect up until the last second. Here's the turnover. Doc below the right circle, centering pass, and he couldn't get it all the way through for DeBrincat, who was wound up and all alone on the left side. Branco cut it off. Here's Perron back into the Hawks' end. He lost the puck and then lost an edge. Falls over. Gets back up and played it behind the Blackhawks' cage. Kyrou and DeHaan battle in the left corner of Chicago ice. It's back behind the Blackhawks net. Angled off the near wall and out to center by Seth Jones. Here's Jones to Kubalik. He steps over the line. Has some time. Found Jones. It rolled over his stick. He collects it back behind the net. Takes it to the right corner. He lost an edge. Scandella hit him hard. Turnover. And from the slot, unable to get a shot off was DeHaan. And the Hawks keep it in. Good pressure here for Chicago. In the opening 5.5 minutes, still no score. Officially, Chicago still without a shot on goal.
Yeah, you read my mind, Alan, but they probably had the 3 best chances, just not able to connect on a couple passes. The DeHaan whiffs in the high slot on a grade A chance, right between the hash marks.
They could easily have 4 or 5 shots in this game early on as Blues bring it in. It's Barbashev, drops it to Tarasenko. Right side from the circle, and his centering pass went off the reaching stick of Adam Gaudette. Scored in last night's 6-3 loss in Carolina, his first of the year. Brought back in by Thomas. High slot, drifts to the right wing. Centering feed went to no one in blue, and instead it's Gaudette who carries it to the red line. Gaudette will bounce it into the right wing corner. It's chased, but could not get to it first. Here's another turnover by St. Louis. Gaudette in front. He was double teamed. Had Parenko on his left and Kostin on his right hip. And again, could not get a shot off. Carried ahead from behind the St. Louis net by Wallman. He'll bounce it into Chicago ice. 13:20 to go in the first period.
Really good shift by the fourth line there, coming back defensively after a Gustafsson turnover, and then Gaudette creating 2 turnovers in the offensive zone. That's what you want to see from your fourth line, is causing turnovers and playing good defense in front of their net.
Austin slowly brought it in. Here's a shot by Clifford. Save made by Fleury. Went down in the butterfly. Thankfully, there was help in front, and it was swept to the right corner by McCabe. Here is Carpenter. Shot went off the leg of Scandella from between the circles. And St. Louis will try to break it out. And skating towards it in the neutral zone, Dakota Joshua. Just his second NHL game of this season. Started the year with AHL Springfield, new affiliate in the American Hockey League for these Blues. Barbashev will bank it in. Fleury comes out to play it, leaves it in the trapezoid. Swept around to the near side boards by DeHaan. Blues on it there, but they can't handle it cleanly, and so Carpenter will flip it to center. 12:20 to go in the first period. Good pace, and again, St. Louis out shooting the Hawks now 5-0. Here's Bozak in down the right wing, has time. Cross-size pass was a bit behind James Neal. Helped out there by Gaudette. And Chicago rushes the other way. Left wing centering pass this time from Strome. He couldn't get it through cleanly, and we'll have a track meet back the other way.
There has not been a whistle, Alan. I'm pretty sure on that. Has there been one?
No, I need a sip of water. It's good pace here, to say the least. 11:52 to go in period number 1. Here's DeBrincat. He's got time. High slot. Hands it off on the right wing. Strome tried to return it. It was behind Alex DeBrincat. And Perron bumps it to center. A little give and go with Kyrou. Perron's shot goes off the leg of Jones. And then Kyrou could not handle that loose puck as it was knifed out to center by Dylan Strome. Braden Shen will bank it in. Casually, not much on it. Send it to the right corner. A couple of players collide there. That's Kyrou and also Murphy. Long shot doesn't get through for Scandella. Racing onto a loose puck is Murphy. Lead pass redirected in by Kurashev. And now it's taken along the near side boards in the St. Louis zone by Parayko. They go that way to the far side for Scandella. 11:03 to go in the first, and the puck was redirected
Binnington
back
there
to
is
the
trying to set a record there, and not maybe don't. Well, let's keep the play going.
Timeout on the ice. 11:03 to go in the first period. No score. You're listening to Chicago Blackhawks hockey on 720 WGN.
Win your share of $1 million with the BetRivers Beat the Spread Challenge. When you bet on pro football games at BetRivers this season, you can win weekly and season-long prizes. Every time you beat the spread, you'll earn points and move your way up the leaderboard toward the top prizes. See official rules for details. Download the BetRivers app or go to BetRivers.com and start winning. Must be 21 and located in Indiana. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-9-WITH-IT. 1-800-994-8448.
Imagine a deck. What do you see? A bunch of straight, parallel boards. One plank exactly like another. On and on and on. Sure, they're evenly spaced, but so are prison bars. Break free with TimberTech's high-performance multi-width decking. Innovative technology that produces the most lifelike look of real wood anywhere, so you can create a real wood look inspired by the latest design trends, instead of, Alcatraz. Start dreaming today at TimberTech.com. TimberTech. Go against the grain.
I taught for 20 years, until I started forgetting my lectures.
Eventually, he had to quit. Getting his early Alzheimer's diagnosis was hard, but it gave us time to take control of the situation, together.
I can't imagine going through this without him.
If you or your family are noticing changes, it could be Alzheimer's. Talk about seeing a doctor together. For more information, visit alz.org/time to talk. A message from the Alzheimer's Association and the Ad Council.
Bob Surratt with the answers in the morning on smart devices everywhere and on 720.
Now back to the game.
Back at the Enterprise Center, there's 11:03 left in the first period. Hawks fans, the team returns on Monday to take on the Ottawa Senators. Secure your seats at blackhawks.com/tickets. And Alan, I think the hockey gods were trying to tell you something there. Your first game with the Blackhawks, and there's not a whistle for 8 minutes and 57 seconds. That's quite incredible. I think they're trying to tell you wanted to get your feet wet really quick.
And they are so
amazing, right?
Wow. Almost 9 straight minutes to open this game. Face off to the left of Binnington, won by the Blues. And it's paddled out to center by Parayko. Shot misses the net from Barbashev. Goes off the back glass. And pushed out to center by Strome. 10:50 to go in period number 1. No score. Shots favoring St. Louis 6-1. No penalties yet in this game as Scandella skates across the red line, and he'll direct it deep into the Hawks zone. After it's Thomas. He gets to it first ahead of DeHaan. Is patient with it. Looking, heads over to the left corner. Cuts, starts, and stops, and then lost his balance. The Ice Monster got him there on the left side of the Hawks zone. Barbashev with it between his skates. Up to the right point. Short pass for Tarasenko. In front, and a shot by Scandella is eaten up by Fleury. Oh boy, what a move. Left to right, laterally. Fleury saw it coming. He made the save, and we're still scoreless.
Yeah, there was a bit of a scramble up near the Blues offensive blue line, but Marco Scandella, not one of the offensive guys I spoke about in the pregame, but he goes to the far side, and they find him on the back door, and Fleury does a masterful job going from his left to right, and those are the kind of saves the Hawks are going to need. That's how you win games on the road. Goalie come with big saves, go the other way and find a goal.
Joshua against Johnson on the face-off in the Hawks zone. Johnson won it back. Gaudette tries to float it out on the backhand, and it's brushed out to center. Grabbed by Entwistle. He's ahead down the left wing. Taken to the wall by Costin. And Costin will staple him off the puck. And so it's carried out to center into some open ice by Torrey Krug. He pass rolled over the stick of Clifford. Now he's watched carefully on the near side by the youngster from Rockford, Isaac Phillips, who made his NHL debut last night in Carolina. Jeremy Colliton was complimentary of his effort. A tough situation as Entwistle brings it free. Short pass to McCabe, and the Hawks slot. Skating out to center is Adam Gaudette. He'll take a bump at the red line, and he dumps it in.
Yeah, you mentioned Isaac Phillips. A little bit of a tweak in the Hawks' defensive pairs. DeHaan's still with Jones, but McCabe now with Phillips and Gustafson is now playing with Connor Murphy.
Puck ping-ponged back and forth in the neutral zone. Down the left wing, Kurashev tried to get it deep. That got cut off along the near side boards by Nico Mikkola. 9:14 to go in the first period. No scores. The puck is brought in by the Blues and then turned over. And then the Hawks will give it right back. Kyrou turns and tries to feed it to Krug on the left wing. That was picked off by McCabe. He sends it to Entwistle, and he'll knife it out to center. James gets together with Shen. The puck is fast pulled to them. Mikkola's hit hard back behind the goal line, extended in the blue zone by DeBrincat. 48 to go in period number 1 as the puck's gathered behind the net. DeBrincat turns and couldn't get a shot off from the bottom of the left circle. That one caught the body of Kyrou. Kyrou then runs into Hardman. The puck will bounce above the right circle. Off to the races come the Blues. Kyrou leads a 2-on-1 left wing. Takes the shot. He called his own number and Fleury kicked it back. Big save again for Fleury. Jones the other way. Sends it to the right wing. In front, Hardman a shot. Missed the cage, but not by much. Wide left by less than a foot. Mike Hardman nearly gave the Hawks a 1-0 lead. 8:10 to go in the first period. Still no score. St. Louis out shooting Chicago 9-1, but it doesn't feel like that. Here's Neal, right point. Steers it down low. Tough angle shot. It was fought off by Fleury, that time from Tyler Bozak. And the Hawks break it out right to left. To break it over the line, left side. Pass didn't get through cleanly as he was looking for Kurashev. And from down low, it was sent back out front. Hawks patrolling here. Kurashev, tough angle shot. And that one is gloved and held by Binnington. 7:46 to go in period number 1. Still scoreless. We'll take a break and be back after this. You're listening to Chicago Blackhawks hockey on 720 WGN.
Chicago's very own
WGN.
When and where you want us.
Imagine a deck. What do you see? A bunch of straight, parallel boards. One plank exactly like another. On and on and on. Sure, they're evenly spaced, but so are prison bars. Break free with TimberTech's high-performance multi-width decking. Innovative technology that produces the most lifelike look of real wood anywhere. So you can create a real wood look inspired by the latest design trends. Instead of, Alcatraz. Start dreaming today at TimberTech.com. TimberTech. Go against the grain.
Every day, the men and women of the United States Marine Corps demonstrate their commitment to defend the American way of life. Since 1775, wherever the mission takes us, we always remember the land we call home. As Marines, we take a stand for our nation, for us all. The few, the proud, the Marines.
This place has a pulse. You hear it in the canopy, feel it in the ground. Life, fully illuminated, engulfs you. From the birds singing in the treetops above to the tiniest insects in the soil below. You take a deep, cleansing breath, filling your lungs with the essence of the forest. Now, imagine it's all gone. Healthy, life-giving forests reduced to nothing. No singing birds, no lush canopy, and water and food in short supply around the world. Time is running out to protect our forests, and without our love, they can and will disappear. It's our choice. Love it or lose it. Help protect our forests. Visit World Wildlife Fund at wwf.org/love.
7:46 remaining in the first period. No score here from St. Louis. The Blackhawks only one shot on goal, but if you're seeing that, you might think that's bad, but quite honestly, the Hawks have had a lot of chances, missed the net a couple times, had a couple passes get deflected, so it's not as dominant of a shot total. The game is not swayed that way in the Blues' favor completely. The Hawks are getting their chances, need to get shots and get them on goal, but trending in a good way so far in this game.
Absolutely, and a couple of great saves for Marc-Andre Fleury early on in this game as well, which is what he needs to settle in. Barbashev has the puck in the neutral zone off the draw. Right off that face-off, Dominik Kubalik wound up for a slap shot. He broke his stick in about 3 different pieces. As the Blues get it deep, Fleury comes out to play it, hands it off to McCabe. He'll send it up the left boards. Kurashev continues it along for Doc. Doc has time, chips it in deep, and Gaudette gives chase. Push one to a Parayko for the Blues. To Scandella above the right circle. Thomas had it stripped away by Gaudette. The pressure there led to a turnover. Coming out to play it was Binnington, and Blues will skate it to center. 6:53 to go in the first period. No score here in St. Louis. Blues have scored 3 or more goals in every single game this year. Meanwhile, the Blackhawks 2 goals or less 5 times. Obviously trying to turn the tides as far as that stat is concerned. Sent out into the neutral zone, intercepted by Gustafsson. He tried to spring Kubalik, and that got cut off by Wallman. Takes it off the end wall to the near side. And it's pushed out to center by Mikkola. He was looking for Bozak in that direction, but Entwistle read it well. As he telegraphed it, he picked it off, dumped it in. The Hawks will finish up a change. Long pass here by Mikkola was redirected over the line by Neal, so no icing call. Fleury came out and bumped it along for Erik Gustafsson. He was in training camp with the New York Islanders on a PTO. He was signed to a 1-year deal by Chicago to begin the year. Earlier this month, here's Kyrou and down the left wing, has time and space, steps, sent it to Shen, and his shot missed the net wide right. Got every bit of it, put it wide by a couple of feet, and the Hawks come the other way. Here's Hagel and down the left wing is shot. Best save of this game so far by Binnington. He got his stick on it to deny Hagel. It's kept in by Strome on the right wing. To Hagel down low, back to Strome. And Strome will push it to the line. Left point, DeHaan floats one towards the net. That got cut off in front. Good stick battle right in front of the cage between Hagel and Falk. Here comes to the right corner of the blue zone. And then reverse to the left wing. Perron is on it. Watched carefully by DeHaan. DeHaan lets him go, and the Blues reset.
Really good play by Brandon Hagler. Going down his left wing, catches the puck pretty much as it's chest high, goes in, gets that all-needed shot on goal. But Brandon Hagel, with that speed and that hand-eye coordination is really dangerous for the Hawks. Need to see more of that.
Klim Kostin had his pocket picked in the Hawks zone. Here comes Chicago. DeBrincat, left wing, a shot. And that's right into the breadbasket of Binnington. He'll hold it. No rebound and a whistle with 4:58 to go in the first period. Still no score. We'll be back to wrap up the first period after this. Still about 5 minutes left, though. You're listening to Chicago Blackhawks Hockey on 720 WGN.
AmerisourceBergen is hiring in our distribution centers at a location near you. Our warehouse roles offer competitive wages, sign-on bonuses where applicable, and full medical and dental benefits. Full-time and part-time roles and multiple shifts are available. No experience is necessary. For more information, visit AmerisourceBergen.com/careers and apply online. Again, that's AmerisourceBergen.com/careers to apply online today. AmerisourceBergen is an equal opportunity employer, minority, women, veterans, people with disabilities.
So then I dropped some garlic and croutons on there, and the rest is salad history. I made the best salad ever, people, and now I'm making the best app. The Caesar Sportsbook app got live in-game betting, parlays, and Caesar rewards. Caesar salad ain't got nothing on my app. Nothing!
Must be 21. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-9-WITH-IT. Download the Caesar Sportsbook app. Your app is ready, Emperor.
WGN Radio conducts a variety of contests throughout the year. Contests are void where prohibited by law. Prizes are non-transferable and cannot be exchanged for cash. Winners are responsible for all taxes associated with prizes. WGN Radio may publicize or broadcast winner names or voices. Winners are ineligible to win within 2 years of receiving prizes over $600 and within 60 days for prizes valued less than $600. Employees and their families of WGN Radio, Nexstar Media Group, and participating sponsors are disqualified. Go to WGNRadio.com/contests for complete disclaimers.
The lady who's working hard to enrich your life, Anna Duplantis. Weekdays 1 to 4. Now, back to the game.
Back in the Enterprise Center in St. Louis, Missouri, 4:58 left in the first period. No score. Shots 10-3 St. Louis. But like I said before, the Hawks have been kind of going end to end, which, we want to see that boring game a little bit. It's starting to settle in. Hawks get a couple shots there from Hagel and DeBrincat. You like to see that. Now you need guys going in the net. Hopefully Binnington will give up some rebounds and give Hawks second chance scoring.
No score, no penalties yet in this game. 4:46 to go, first period. Here is Thomas. He'll take it in down the left wing slowly, though, and then his only choice was to dump it in. He had McCabe guarding him well on the left side. Circling back up to the blue line, Tarasenko hands it off to Falk. He skates in, steps and shot one that was redirected by Fleury and out of play.
Hawks fans, the all-new official Chicago Blackhawks app is here. Connect with the Blackhawks all year long with team, content, and perks for app users, breaking news, real-time statistics, and more. Plus, making your in-arena experience as seamless as possible with mobile ticketing, food and beverage express pickup, and other game day guides. Visit Blackhawks.com/app to download now.
Sounds pretty good.
Oh, I saw it. It's amazing how easy it is now to get maybe like a drink or some food. You're not wasting 20 minutes in line. It's a fantastic idea by the Hawks.
Kyrou between the circles. Save made by Fleury with his left pad. Rebound came loose. And there on that rebound was Gustafsson. He'll backhand it to center, and the Blues continue to get some good looks at Marc-Andre Fleury and the Hawks. They're out shooting Chicago 11-3, but still scoreless. 4:05 to go in the first period. It's fired in by Shen. Fleury steps out to play it from directly behind his net. He continues it over to the right corner, and it's airmailed to center by Gustafsson. Lands right at the stick of Jake Wallman. Over to Parayko. Parayko's got time. The Blues finish up a change, so he's in no rush with it. Very slowly skates it to the red line, then curls back, send it to the near wing, and Mikkola will dump it in. Wraps it up the left wing boards. Brushed back down low by Ryan Carpenter on McCabe, and now it's sent out into the neutral zone. Gaudette steps over the red line, tosses it in deep, and the Hawks will finish up a change now, just under 3 minutes and 30 seconds to play in the first period. There's Mikkola right in front of his own bench, pushed to the head towards Neal, caught off by Carpenter. Cross-ice pass, they come this way for Jonathan Taves, and it's dumped in. Binnington comes out to stop it. Be careful, he was watched carefully by Carpenter. Blues turn it over. Good hard work down low for Carpenter. Keeps it alive up top. Taves, center point shot, misses the net. That's on by Dahan. Comes back in front, and Binnington makes the puck disappear as he covers it up with 3:01 to play in the first period. Still no score.
Yeah, Alan, good puck movement by the Hawks there. The puck comes around the boards to the left point. Jonathan Taves wastes no time. He gets the puck to the middle to Calvin Dahan. He one-times it. He's got Hagel and Carpenter in front of the net. The puck actually goes off the dasher, comes back out, and Hagel gets a swat at it and actually makes Binnington get to that left post and make a save. That's something the forwards, oh my gosh, look at that. If you could see this, his back leg catches at that. What was very close to going in. Obviously, on the radio, you can't see that, but that's the type of play. The puck goes wide, so what? Be ready for those plays. Brandon Hagel's really good. He has a nose for the puck, finds it, just unable to get it over Binnington's pad.
Yeah, no shortage of close calls in this game, just no goals early on. 2:45 to go in the first. Here's an icing call against the Blackhawks. We'll come all the way back down to the far right-hand side of your radio dial.
Yeah, one of the other things I'm noticing about Binnington, he loves to come out and play the puck. I mean, he's coming out on ring-arounds that are already in his defensive zone. Very aggressive there. So if Hawks forwards can kind of beat him there sometimes or make him make a mistake back there. No goalie's never going to usually not making a better play than a defenseman. If they can get to that, they can cause some turnovers and maybe get some scoring opportunities.
Shen wins the faceoff back to Krug, and Perron with a shot on the left side. That was knocked aside pretty well by Fleury. There's Falk straight away. Another pad save. Left side of Fleury's pads, kicked it to the corner. Comes back up top. Falk again. This time he tried to go 5-hole, and that one didn't get through all the way. Falk keeps it alive. Krug, a slap shot from the right wing, and that came through everyone. 2:20 to go in the first period. Finally intercepted in the slot by DeBrincat, and he will try to spring Strome the other way. His pass got knocked down, and everybody has to curl back for the Blackhawks, including Philip Kurashev.
Yeah, I think... Excuse me, Alan, when you see this defensive line out there with Krug and Falk, they're very offensive-minded, and they will get up from their blue line looking to make a play. The Hawks have to have their heads on a swivel looking for those late defensemen coming in on the back door for scoring chances.
Kirby Dach created a turnover at center, stepped across the line, took a shot from the perimeter that missed. Comes back into Chicago territory. McCabe will direct it ahead for Kurashev. And now in for Dach between the circles. A shot. He put it too high. That one rode the elevator and caught the high glass. It stays in. And then Isaac Phillips from the left point took a long-distance shot that was altered and sent out of play. 1:30 to go in the first period. No score in St. Louis.
Kirby Dach ripped that one. I'm not quite sure if that might have gotten tipped. He didn't have a lot of time. He had two St. Louis Blue defenders kind of coming down in on him. He made a good job of getting a quick shot, trying to go high. Might have got a little tip on that. But another turnover caused by the Hawks and another shot attempt. So, it's 13-4 Blues right now, but shot attempts are much closer, and the shot attempts the Hawks are getting are pretty good chances. They just need to start hitting the net. Get a better chance of getting those rebounds also. Guys like Brandon Hagel's out there right now.
Face-off win for Taves. Stepping in is Gustafsson, and his shot again is redirected out of play. 1:22 to go in the first period. Good face-off win there in the offensive zone for Taves.
Yeah, dry rinse, repeat. Jonathan Taves.
Hard to beat that guy.
Always over 50% on seasons. A lot of times this season he's been trending over 60%. At one point last night, he was 9 for 10 in the first period.
Another face-off win. There it is, right on cue. Got it back to Gustafsson. His long-distance chance went off the skate of Scandella. Straight away, put into the near corner by Murphy. And the Blues will get it. They'll break it out. Bozak leads the charge. He's got Tarasenko with him. Hands it off left wing. A shot right at the chest of Fleury. He holds it up against him. And another whistle. 1:04 to go in the first period. We went 9 minutes to start this game almost without a whistle, and now I feel like we've had 6 in the last 30 seconds. But no harm, no foul.
It all evens out, right? Generally, it all evens out, Alan. But another nice save by Marc-Andre Fleury. No rebound. That's good. Marc-Andre Fleury sits for a couple games. Even as a veteran guy of 17, 18 seasons, sometimes it's good to watch, kind of restart the batteries, so to speak. I think they had him earmarked for this game on the road trip. Kevin Lankinen playing last night, and he's looked really sharp here early on in the game.
I would agree with that. Lankinen actually played the last 2 games. Fleury 31 saves on 37 shots in that 6-3 loss to Detroit last weekend. Minute to go in period 1. 0-0 on the board as Kyrou ran into a couple of Blackhawks above the right circle of the Chicago zone. Comes up to the left point. And Kyrou sweeps it across east to west, but it came out of the zone, and so Mike Hardman is there. He ran into Krug. Here's a turnover in the St. Louis end. Hardman, good work there in the right circle, kept it alive. It's taken to the glass, the end wall by Shen. Puck pops free, or so dug free by Falk. Falk will skate ahead, weaves his way past a couple of Hawks, got past DeBrincat, and then had no choice but to send it to the left boards. It got cut off there by Kurashev. 23 seconds to go in the first. St. Louis out shooting Chicago as far as shots on goal, 14-4. Still scoreless. Joshua got involved with McCabe on the left boards and missed the net wide right. Comes to the right wing, picked up there by Dakota Joshua. His second NHL game of the season. And he's held by McCabe, and that'll do it for the first period. So that's how the opening 20 minutes comes to an end. St. Louis with 14 shots on goal. The Blackhawks had 4, but no goals. Marc-Andre Fleury was very good. 14 saves on 14 shots and a couple high percentage chances that he saw well and he was able to kick away. And not only, sometimes not allowing a rebound, but the ones he did, he was able to send to the corners and really didn't have anything left out in front, which is great.
Yeah, the Hawks played well in front of him as well. Like you said, they weren't giving up second chances, or he was clearing them to the corner, and then the Hawks were able to block some shots as well. That comes in key. I think the big thing for the Hawks now is there were a couple times where they had the puck in the offensive zone, and they tried to make a pass maybe where, that's the simplicity of putting it on the net and getting a rebound that way probably was there, and then missing a net on a couple of those chances. One thing when you're missing a net from way outside and it's not a good scoring chance, but they had a couple I can think of, DeHaan and Hardman, where they're right in the slot and they missed the net. You can't score if you miss the net, especially on a grade A chance like that. So those are a couple things. If the Hawks can tighten those up, I like their chances going into the second period.
Jake McCabe and also, I believe it was Eric Gustafsson, said after the game against Carolina last night, he said, we need to be better individually, but Jeremy Colliton this morning followed that up and said, look, every single person needs to be better. We all as a team need to be better. What do you think there in that first period?
Yeah, hockey is one of the most ultimate team games. It's not basketball where you can just hand the ball to one guy. I mean, everybody's touching the puck out there. Everyone has to do their job, and everybody's going to be held accountable. And I think it's a big thing is the communication. Yep. I saw it right there. There was one there towards the end of the period where Jake McCabe wasn't sure if he should go for that check. He kind of hesitated, which was in one sense it was good because he stayed on the defensive side of the puck. He didn't get overzealous and get caught on the wrong side. But at the same time, you want to take the space away. So it's something that they're still building on with the system involved, is taking time and space away, communicating with your forwards and defense, and looking in sync.
Another edition of Blues Blackhawks, and through one period.
Kind of calm one.
It was fast-paced.
I don't remember a scrum.
No scrums, no penalties.
What are we doing here?
No goals in the first
so it's
period.
Kind of spooky or what? I don't know.
Not a whole lot going on, but again, Fleury great there in that opening 20 minutes of play. We'll take a break. First intermission report is coming up next. You're listening to Chicago Blackhawks hockey live tonight in St. Louis on 720 WGN.
Power a house full of devices with the fastest Wi-Fi, only from Xfinity. Now through October 31st, ask how to get a special offer of $300 back when you get gig speed internet, or get started with up to 50 megabits per second download speed for $20 a month for 12 months with a 1-year agreement. Go to Xfinity.com, call 1-800-XFINITY, or visit a store today. Requires paperless billing and autopay with stored bank account. Restrictions apply. New performance starter internet customers only. Equipment, taxes, and fees extra and subject to change. After term, regular rates apply. Gig Wi-Fi requires gig internet and X by gateway. Actual speeds vary.
My first plan to spice up the NFL season was to add man-eating tigers to the game. We lost a lot of great players that day, and that was my bad. Now I'm bringing you the Caesars Sportsbook app. It's got live in-game betting, parlays, and Caesars rewards, people. It's even better than Tiger Ball.
Must be 21. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-9-WITH-IT.
That's for you. Answer the call from patients who need plasma. Donations are down, so give plasma at a Grifols center and receive compensation. Visit grifolsplasma.com.
That's the sound of one of my favorite customers ever. His name's Jeremy. His dad Frank called me when it was time to replace their drafty old windows and to take advantage of our limited time sale. As a dedicated Pella advisor, I make getting new windows and doors simple. And when it comes to installation, nobody does it like Pella. Our local team can typically install in just a day.
Right now, you can elevate the look of your home with special offers from Pella Indianapolis. Visit PellaIndianapolis.com/radio to learn more.
When it comes to working at Geico, our best advocates are our employees, like Michael. But since he is so focused on growing his career, we hired an actor to read his story.
If you want a job where you get out as much as you put in, Geico is the best place to work. Plus, we promote from within, so there are no ceilings placed on your opportunities.
They even offer parental leave to full-time employees. So there's nothing stopping him from going all the way to the top. But not too high. He's scared of heights.
Ready to start your career, Indy? We're hiring claim sales and service agents. Apply online today at geico.job/Indy.
It's time for an intermission update. Here's Joe Brand.
14 saves for Marc-Andre Fleury after the first 20 minutes down in St. Louis. No score as the Hawks are still searching for their first win, taking on the St. Louis Blues on the road. Some other notes, the St. Louis Blues out shooting the Hawks on goal 14-4. Blackhawks have been the beneficiary of actually 7 giveaways by the St. Louis Blues. But again, more giveaways than shots on goal right now. In terms of the Blues giving up towards the Hawks. So no score after 20 minutes. Some other notes around the NHL. NHL Commissioner Gary Bettman earlier today met with Kyle Beach and spoke about how the NHL could protect their players better. Beach revealed himself to be John Doe a couple of days ago, the former Blackhawks prospect that was allegedly sexually assaulted in 2010. Beach's attorney, Susan Loggins, sent in an email. There was a discussion on what could be done in the future to assure this kind of thing does not occur again. Taking a look at some scores around the NHL, the San Jose Sharks are without 7 players due to COVID protocol, but they lead Winnipeg right now, 1-0. There's about 3 minutes left in the second period over in California. Panthers and Bruins are tied up at 1. Florida's trying to stay undefeated on the season. They're through 2 periods over in Boston. Maple Leafs lead the Red Wings 2-1 in Toronto. The Devils on top of the Penguins 2-1 as well in Pittsburgh. Sidney Crosby back in his first game with Pittsburgh tonight as they're heading into the 3rd period next. The Minnesota Wild later tonight will visit the Colorado Avalanche. The Vancouver Canucks host the Edmonton Oilers, and the Philadelphia Flyers are on the road taking on the 5-1-1 Calgary Flames later tonight as well. To baseball, it's Game 4 of the World Series. The Houston Astros are trying to even up the best-of-7 series at 2 games apiece. Right now, they lead the Braves 1-0, top of the 2nd inning over at Truist Park in Atlanta, Georgia. The Bulls are hosting the Utah Jazz tonight, right now leading Utah 38-29 with 8:44 left in the 2nd quarter, as the Bulls are trying to get back on the winning train after their first loss of the season to the New York Knicks recently. Tomorrow afternoon, the Bears will host the San Francisco 49ers. We're going to take another break, and when we come back, we'll have Paul Caponigri to digress on that first 20 minutes. The Hawks and Blues are scoreless down in St. Louis. You're listening to Blackhawks Hockey here on 720 WGN.
The Blackhawks, WGN.
BMO Harris is where you are with banking tools you need where you need them, like fast Zelle transfers.
Who had the 3 cheese omelet? Mine was 5 cheese. Okay, then you owe $11.72. I also had a side of bacon. So then make that $15.39. I have a mimosa on the way. Okay.
With BMO Harris, you can split bills easily using Zelle once you finally figure out who owes what. When your bank is where you are. That's the BMO effect.
Be honest with me. If you don't know what technical skills your team has, how can you be sure of what they're capable of? Cloud Academy can give you that insight. Assess your team, develop their expertise, and get a full picture of their technical skills across cloud, DevOps, and more. It's never been easier to plan a cloud migration, go multi-cloud, or accomplish your next big initiative. Get started and assess your team today for free at cloudacademy.com/team.
For 40 years, Michael Myers has haunted this town. He is the essence of evil, and evil dies tonight.
We're gonna hunt him down and we're gonna put an end to this.
I want to take his mask off and see the life leave his eyes. Happy Halloween, Michael.
Halloween Kills, rated R, under 17, not admitted without parent, in theaters and streaming only on Peacock now.
Hey, son, how are you feeling?
I'm fine, Pops.
What's on your mind?
I can't explain it. Navigating without a compass, eyes waiting, started to wonder. Metamorphosis, the loss of who you thought you was.
When your kid can't find the language, help them find the lyrics. Listen to the Sound It Out album and get tips and tools to start a conversation at sounditouttogether.org. Brought to you by Ad Council and Pivotal Ventures.
A very rapid opening period for the Blackhawks and the Blues down in St. Louis. No score so far from the Enterprise Center. I'm Joe Brand. You're listening to Blackhawks Hockey here on 720 WGN. It's time to get to who elevated their game in the first period, which is sponsored by Access Elevator for residential elevators, stair lifts, or wheelchair ramps. Go to allaboutaccess.com. And as we head back over to the Enterprise Center and bring in Paul Caponigri. Paul, I don't know about you, but I think I got to give it to Marc-Andre Fleury. 14 saves, a lot of pressure coming from St. Louis. That might have been his best period as a Blackhawk so far.
Yeah, he looked really in control of his game. He's a very athletic guy, but sometimes you need to kind of play a quiet game. And by mean by that, not a lot of movements. And he looked really good in that, looked relaxed back there, played the puck pretty well to his defenseman when that opportunity came. But yeah, 14 saves. Didn't give up a ton of rebounds, and the Hawks did a good job in front of him. But you're right, Marc-Andre Fleury, and ironically, was not one of the guys that we made a big talk about before the game. But he's as important as anybody on the team, and he was excellent in the first period.
Also, shots on goal in favor of St. Louis. They had 9 of the first 10. They have 14 of the first 18 to begin the game. But, hey, the name of the game right now is not give up a lead, and that's what the Blackhawks defense is doing. You know, whether or not they can try and slow down the St. Louis Blues, a very good offense. They came into this game averaging over 4.5 goals a game. Right now, they're keeping the puck out of the back of the net for the most part.
They are, and, for the Blackhawks, it's 14-4, right, shots, but and I said this before, like they had some chances that were really good grade A chances and they missed the net. So I don't look at it as such a dominant period by the Blues. Yes, they have 3 lines that can run and gun you, and their 4th line had a good period for St. Louis. But the Hawks had their chances. They, like I said before, try to keep it boring, keep them to the outside as much as you can. They're a good team. They're going to get their chances. But the Hawks keep it simple in their zone and then try to create in the offensive zone without turnover. You saw them create turnovers. Adam Gaudette had another good period. He had two turnovers in one shift that he created. So there's more good things than maybe you would think of if you just looked at the stat sheet of the first period.
I like that phrase, keep it boring. Normally we try to avoid stuff like that in the entertainment business, but right now I think the Hawks' goal is, like you said, keep it boring.
Well, you got to find a way. You're looking for a remedy or ingredients for a win, and it hasn't been good for them the way they've been. I want to say trying, but they've made games up and down, and teams are getting a lot of odd man rushes against them. If you keep it boring and you keep your third man high and you dump pucks in, you don't try to make high risk plays, the less chances they're going to have. It might end up looking a little boring,
right?
But it could be successful. This team is trying to find how they can be successful to win a game. They have not done that yet. So if being boring is the solution, I'm all for it.
Yeah, no, and not only that, I mean, you're on the road. You're trying to tame the crowd of St. Louis, who could get really rowdy against a rival team like the Blackhawks. But, Paul, you did kind of talk about it, and we brought it up in the last segment, too. I mean, the Blues have more giveaways than the Hawks do with shots on goal. So, again, they're keeping it scoreless, but any small tweak you can see that could really benefit the Hawks offensively and moving forward from now?
Yeah, they passed up some shots. Alex DeBrincat had a chance. There was a couple where they were coming down the side where it wasn't going to be a great shot, an opportunity. But when they passed it, the defense, it was a really hard pass. Like, chances of getting it through maybe 1 out of 5 because the defenseman was in the way. And, when that happens, you might hit their defenseman, the puck goes the other way, and they get a rush. So I would just say a little more simple, put the pucks at the net, unless it's a eye-opening, pass to a backdoor or something like that. Put the pucks at the net, go for rebounds. Like I said, boring mashed potatoes out there. But you know what? You got to find a way to do it. Maybe that's the way.
All right, so listeners, stick around. More boringness with Paul and Alan coming up. It's a good thing, though. You didn't let me finish. It's a good thing.
Okay.
Good boring. Thanks for the insight from Paul Caponigri. Hawks are scoreless with St. Louis right now, with the Blues leading shots on goal 14-4. Hawks still looking for their first win. We'll see if they can help their cause in the next 20 minutes. You're listening to Blackhawks Hockey here on 720 WGN.
Jake and Christine knew they needed help renovating their dream home. As a Pella advisor, I make sure every step of getting new windows and doors is smooth, including setting you up with our Pella Care Guarantee. It covers everything from product to installation, with some of the strongest warranties in the industry.
Right now, you can elevate the look of your home with special offers from Pella Indianapolis. Visit PellaIndianapolis.com/radio to learn more.
When times get dark, we can't see the help that's all around us. Maybe you're not sure how you'll make rent, or you lost your job. When you don't know where to turn, let 211 be your guiding light. Our guides are ready to connect you with the help you need.
211, how can I help you?
Call or visit 211.org. 211. Get connected. Get help. A message from United Way and the Ad Council.
Imagine a fast food rib sandwich. No, stop! Not that one! Please, stop! Now instead, imagine a very real country-style rib sandwich. Smoked pork ribs, Gouda. Whoa! Pretty freaky that you're somehow imagining the exact same rib sandwich Arby's has right now for a limited time. Imagine that! Arby's, we have the meat.
At participating Arby's for a limited time.
For 40 years, Michael Myers has haunted this town. He is the essence of evil, and evil dies tonight.
We're gonna hunt him down and we're gonna put an end to this.
I want to take his mask off and see the life leave his eyes. Happy Halloween, Michael.
Halloween Kills. Rated R. Under 17, not admitted without parent. In theaters and streaming only on Peacock now.
The Blackhawks, Wildcats, and the NFL play here on AM 720. On smart speakers, say play WGN Chicago. WGN.
Period 2. The second period is next. Here for a recap is Joe Brand.
No goals for either team so far. The Hawks have had 3 high-danger chances, like this one, though.
And the Hawks come the other way. Here's Hagel down the left wing, a shot. Best save of this game so far by Binnington. He got his stick on it to deny Hagel.
Binnington with 4 saves so far. Marc-Andre Fleury with 14, though, as we discussed, probably his best 20 minutes as a Blackhawk so far this year. And again, the Hawks are heading into the Enterprise Center trying to tame the Blues, who are 5-1. Hawks still searching for their first win, and so far have kept the Blues scoreless. Looking for some more offense, though, in the second period, as we'll toss it back over to the Enterprise Center in St. Louis. Alan Fearing and Paul Caponigri. Alan, the Morton, Illinois native, doing a great job in the first 20 minutes. Hope you're having fun out there, bud.
Absolutely, Joe. Thank you so much. This is a great night. This is very special for me personally, and I know it's going to be special for the Hawks as well, getting on the board as far as a W in the win column later on tonight. I disagree with Paul. He said boring mashed potatoes there in the first period. No, I'm kidding, Paul. I know you didn't mean the period was boring. No score, no penalties. It was excellent, though. The Blackhawks outshot 14-4, but again, it did not feel that way.
Oh, no, and if in any way it did not mean it was a boring
no, I know.
period. No, hey, you know. But, you know, it was. And Joe talked about it, getting pucks on net, hitting the net. You know, you talk some of the simplest things that, you know, people take for granted is putting it on net. But I like where the Hawks are at right now. There's no score. Brandon Hagel, again, is just a spark plug out there. You know, he had that shot, but he also had that rebound chance because he will outwork and outbattle guys. He's a good fit on this line. Ryan Carpenter had a couple nice plays. He keeps it simple and can allow maybe Taves and Hagel to do their magic together. I like that combo, and they get the start here to go in the second period.
Both teams will flip sides. Why not? It'll be Chicago moving left to right now in those white tops, black pants trimmed in black and red. And Jonathan Taves wins the face-off. We're underway in the second period. Seth Jones steps over the line, hands it off, and a shot from the left point. Got through. Good look there from Taves. They made Binnington back in front. It squirted through the crease. No one was home at the back door to tap it in. Up top to Hahn, redirected at the side of the net. Reaching out his stick and nearly getting it to go as Hagel. Another chance for Carpenter. That's kicked away. Rebounds loose, and another chance misses the net from Taves. Oh boy, they had as many chances right there in that one sequence as they may have had in the entire first period. We're only 38 seconds into this second. Right there, 3 shots on goal, several others just missed. What a start to the second for the Hawks. As the puck is now grabbed by Barbashev, swatted off of his stick by Jones. Maybe a chance in transition, 2-by-2. Hagel brings it in. Taves peeled off for a change. Hagel took a shot, and it was fought off by Binnington. 1 minute into the second period, no score. Again, no penalties yet in this game, so we continue to skate 5-on-5. Kirby Dach in front of the penalty boxes, juggled the puck. Thomas bumped it ahead for Barbashev. He sends to the high slot. Good play back checking for Kurashev. Poked it away from Tarasenko. Puck comes to the near side. Scandella straight away. His shot didn't get through. Dach will spring a teammate. That is Kubalik in. Goes low, and his shot's kicked away. Binnington got it with the right pad. We're still scoreless.
Great look by Kirby Dach. Finds Kubalik streaking in. Tries to go 5-hole, but Binnington closes the door. Good start to the period. The Taves line followed up by that Kubalik breakaway.
What a heads-up play for Kirby Dach. He's got the puck now. Drifts to the high slot. His shot missed the net wide left by a couple of feet. Brushed into neutral ice. And now racing ahead for the Blues. Kyrou steps, send it across, and a shot is knocked down and then covered by Fleury. Another big-time save. He got Wallman that time. Wallman denied from the left circle. And Fleury keeps it 0-0.
Wow. End we go. Kubalik with the breakaway chance, and then Kyrou with the nice pass. But Fleury gets from his left to his right. I mean, you've seen this so many times in his career. Marc-Andre Fleury on his game tonight.
That pass just a little bit too far out in front of Wallman. He settled it, but because he had to reach out so far, couldn't get the shot that he wanted. Fleury, that allowed him time to move left to right. Puck back down. Kyrou has it left corner. He'll skate behind the Hawks net. Drifts over to the right wing and then leaves it. And a shot As the puck was returned to Kyrou, shot didn't get through. Here's Falk racing back into his own end, trying to fend off DeBrincat. Good position. DeBrincat was there but could not settle it, and so it's Wallman. We'll bump it up the far wing for Falk. Falk on for Shen. And across the Hawks line. Hands it off. Backhanded shot in front by Perron. Was knocked down by Fleury. He spills over. Another chance from the right wing was knocked to the ice. That one had some heat on it, and it did not get through as that was Torrey Krug from the right point. Got one in towards the net. Good chances. Both teams trading chances here in the first 3 minutes of the second period. Still scoreless, though. Shots favoring St. Louis 16-9. As it's Klim Kostin this time. He'll skate down the left wing, curls behind the net. Sends it up top. Slap shot, caught the post! That was Krug from distance. He beat Fleury's blocker, but he rang it off the iron. And Kyle Clifford's back in. He'll get pressed into the near side boards by Jones. Puck comes free. Entwistle will reach out his stick. He pokes it to center, guides it to the Blues blue line, and then Scandella back after it. He got whacked across the hands. No penalty was signaled. Scandella upset about that, but we continue on. 16:36 to go in a young second period. Still no score as the Blues pressure. Wallman up top, called for it left point, sent it across to Falk. His shot redirected in front. That one went wide left. Reaching out the stick that time, Dakota Joshua. Carpenter at the red line. Did not continue it along for Dahan. In down the right wing, a shot is eaten up by Fleury. No rebound this time on the chance from Vladimir Tarasenko.
Yeah, it looked like it might have been a little offside. Caught a break, St. Louis, but Fleury makes the save. Hawks fans, the Blackhawks have teamed up with Fifth Third Arena, the practice home of the Blackhawks, to create a memorable pregame experience for your game day, including a tour of the Blackhawks locker room, pregame buffet, open skate, and a guaranteed giveaway. Less than 300 spots remain. Visit blackhawks.com/tickets to secure yours. John Weideman's favorite thing, that buffet.
And John kind enough to let me keep the radio play-by-play chair warm for him here tonight. He's about 15 feet to my right over in the TV booth doing the game with Edzo. Happy to fill in for him as the puck is bouncing along the left wing of the Hawks zone. Unable to clear it was Carpenter. He fed it up to the point, but Krug kept it in. Now back in front. Fleury's going to dive on a loose puck, and he's got it somewhere underneath of him. Several players in the area, but a whistle with 15:46 to go in the second period.
Yeah, I'm not sure if I saw earlier on, but if Marc-Andre Fleury gave his post, that left post, little tap saying thank you very much, Torrey Krug with the shot from point. But Marc-Andre Fleury's made a lot of different saves. The previous rush, he lost his stick, had to kind of flip over. He was kind of a little fish out of water. Perron did not try to get the rebound. Instead, he cycled it up, and Marc-Andre Fleury was able to kind of gather himself. Didn't get his stick in time, but luckily the Hawks were able to get a whistle before anything dangerous came along.
Got a face-off to his right now between Johnson and Robert Thomas of the Blues. Johnson won it back to the corner, but the Blues are on it. Thomas sends it towards the deep slot. Kirby Doc broke it apart. Here is Johnson. Down the right wing, he gets cut off by Torrey Krug, former Boston Bruin. 4.5 gone in the second period. Still no score at Enterprise Center here in St. Louis as the puck slides towards Marc-Andre Fleury. He comes out, gave it up. Rebound was loose. He's doing snow angels on his back, and he'll keep it in his reach, and eventually he'll cover it up. Fleury stepped out to play the puck, nearly gave the St. Louis Blues an empty net goal as Tarasenko was crashing. So was Barbashev. And Fleury's lucky on that one.
Alan, honestly, I just think he's toying with him a little, right? At this point, he kind of whiffs on his back, goes to his backhand, which generally is not a good idea for a goaltender. He whiffs, but then he gets his left pad down. My groin hurts watching him do the splits like that, but an amazing save after, maybe not want to make that play out to the front, but he corrals it and bails himself out, essentially.
Yeah. He likes to have fun. And, he likes to come out when he can. He did so that time.
He must have heard me saying something about boring and said, no, not tonight.
Yeah. Continue on. Still no score. Puck up to the left point. Shot by Wallman goes straight into the glove of Fleury as he reaches out his left arm. He catches and holds. 15:02 to go in the second period. Still scoreless.
Yeah, probably the easiest save he's had of the period so far. Nice, easy glove save. Get the rebound. Hawks, aside from Jonathan Taves, have struggled a little bit on face-offs. winning one in your defensive zone can make it a lot easier, obviously, to get out of your zone. So faceoffs got to start going in the Hawks' direction other than Jonathan Toews.
Left circle draw in the Chicago zone. And now it's carried ahead right off the draw by Phillips. He'll dump it in. We get a whistle immediately. 14:53 to go in the second period. This one's going to come all the way back.
Yeah, unfortunately for the youngster, he's not played in this building. Sometimes you just don't realize how hard you can use the puck. He was just trying to chip that one ahead to Alex DeBrincat, but that puck just kept sailing away from everybody and went too far for an icing, and we're pretty much right back in the same spot to the right of Marc-Andre Fleury defensive zone.
Yeah, a couple of strides shy of the red line there, and to the right ball off the face-off. The Blues have it. Ron gets checked into the near boards by Seth Jones. He tries to dig it away from his skates. Puck comes up into the air off the stick of Mike Hardman. Falk goes back to retrieve it, brushes it off the near side boards in front of the penalty boxes, gathered up by Strome. Back to Jones, and to Strome once more. The puck will slide towards the St. Louis crease. Binnington bumps it ahead. Not interested in covering that one up. 14.5 to go, second period, as Kyrou brings it in. It's spun around. Couldn't find his bearings, and so Strome grabs a loose puck. A spring to Brinkett slowly and down the left wing. Gains the Blues line, opens up, and a shot goes into the breadbasket of Tarasenko, and again, Binnington. Binnington makes the save. He does not allow a rebound. 14:15 to go in the second.
Couple really good plays by Dylan Strome there to get that puck. The second one up to Alex DeBrincat, and then I love what Eric Gustafsson does. He goes hard to the net, creates a one-on-one for DeBrincat. DeBrincat cuts to the middle, has a nice shot from the slot. Binnington makes the save, but I love him going hard to the net, creating offense, creating space for DeBrincat to cut to the middle and get a better chance on net.
Taves with another face-off win against Bozak. But Scandella will hop on a loose puck. He'll guide it to center. James Neal tried to backhand it down low. That got cut off by Ryan Carpenter. Back and forth we go here in the neutral zone, and now the puck redirects into the benches.
Yeah, it's interesting with that. The puck seems to be jumping a little bit, Alan.
Does, yeah.
And, we're early in the period. The weather, it's not hot out. The ice isn't soft. The ice looks really fast. So I don't know if they put a little liquid on the pucks, maybe. No?
They very well may. I don't know what they do here.
We had it a little bit last night in Carolina, too, so maybe it's just the puck luck for the Hawks. But pucks are bouncing around, coming hot off the walls. Something the Hawks got to keep monitoring. We saw that last one from Isaac Phillips. He iced the puck. In no way was he trying to do that.
Timeout on the ice, 13:59 to go in the second period. No score in St. Louis. This is Chicago Blackhawks hockey on 720 WGN.
It's been said that in a forest of 100,000 trees, no two are alike. And it's in this natural beauty that TimberTech finds inspiration to create lifelike reflections of the look of real wood found in our high-performance decking products, perfectly capturing natural beauty without ever harming nature itself. TimberTech offers the real look of wood without ever compromising quality, performance, longevity, or design. All so you can build an outdoor space unlike any other. TimberTech. Go against the grain.
Win your share of $1 million with the BetRivers Beat the Spread Challenge. When you bet on pro football games at BetRivers this season, you can win weekly and season-long prizes. Every time you beat the spread, you'll earn points and move your way up the leaderboard toward the top prizes. See official rules for details. Download the BetRivers app or go to BetRivers.com and start winning. Must be 21 and located in Indiana. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-9-WITH-IT. 1-800-994-8448.
Considering an online pharmacy? Explore BeSafeRx to find useful information and resources to help you purchase medicines safely online. A safe online pharmacy requires a doctor's prescription, has an address in the United States, has a licensed pharmacist, and is licensed by a state pharmacy board. It's best to stay away from online pharmacies that don't meet these criteria. Discover more helpful tips and resources at BeSafeRx. Go to fda.gov/BeSafeRx.
Bob Surratt. That old DJ is worth listening to. Bob Surratt, start your day.
We're back in St. Louis. 13:59 left in the second period. No score. Shots 23-11. St. Louis ahead. Hawks have a couple home games coming up, and on Wednesday night they'll play the Carolina Hurricanes at the United Center. Secure your seats at blackhawks.com/tickets. You see those guys last night, and going to see them again this week. Tough team, fun team to watch. Should be a great game Wednesday.
Couple of great games coming up here on this homestand. Great game in front of us here in St. Louis. No score. Just under 14 minutes to go in the second period. Puck back down, and the Blues have it in their own end. Thomas skates ahead, backhands it towards Krug. Got all the way through him, and now DeHaan along the right boards of his own zone, trying to clear it out. Couldn't. Blues set up Falk. Slap shot from the point. That one had some heat behind it, and it got through. No dice, though, for the Blues, and a shot the other way, harmlessly in on goal from DeHaan, gloved and held by a standing Jordan Binnington.
Yeah, nice save from Marc-Andre Fleury. A hard shot from Falk, but Fleury saw all the way, and then a nice little play by DeHaan. He didn't have much going on 3-on-3, but he did a nice job of getting around the defender and getting the puck on net, making Binnington make the save, get a whistle, and now create an offensive zone faceoff.
St. Louis 5-1-0 in their first 6 games. Of course, Chicago looking for its first win of the season tonight. First goal here is going to be big as we continue on. 0-0, 13:27 to go in the second period. St. Louis, by the way, that one loss was in their last game on Thursday. They lost to Colorado 4-3. For Chicago last night, played in Carolina, lost 6-3. As the face-off, Buck steered ahead. Clint Costin directs it past Isaac Phillips deep in the Hawk zone. Phillips gets back to it, and he'll launch it ahead for Kubalik, who is stride for stride with Parayko. Parayko in good position. Slowed him in down the left wing. The puck's curled around the boards into the near side corner. And tie up on the near end. Clifford had Kubalik on his back. Doc brings it free. Doc in front. Couldn't get a great shot off. He put it wide left by about a foot from the top of the crease. 12:50 to go in the second, and Scandella will slow it down for the Blues. Send it behind the net for Colton Parayko. Langle it off the end wall again to a wide open Scandella. Stretch pass out across the red line, redirected by Shen. And after it on the near side was McCabe. We'll get a whistle behind the play, and our first penalty of this game is a hold. It's against Chicago with 12:35 to go in this second, and they will get Adam Gaudette. That puts St. Louis on the power play. It's the first power play for either team.
Number 11, Chicago, 2 minutes interference.
Yeah, you're right, Alan. Adam Gaudette, a little interference. I mean, a lot of the times those are not called. A little kind of tic-tac if you want my opinion. But the Blackhawks, one of the better penalty kills, going to be going against one of the better power plays. Both teams in the top 10 in both categories. Yeah. Should be fun battle on the special team side tonight.
Kevin Pollock, one of the referees, called interference. The other one, Peter McDougall, called holding. They go with interference. And so it's a St. Louis power play. It begins with a Shen shot that went off this stick of a reaching Jonathan Taves and redirected over the high glass.
Yeah, one of the reasons why this penalty kill has been good is they keep their box really tight. They keep the puck outside, and when they do try to penetrate it, the Hawks have had really good sticks and lanes. You saw it right there as Taves was able to block a shot.
Shen, another face-off win, got it back to Krug. He sets up Perron above the left circle, back to Krug. He'll try the right side now. Tarasenko down low for James Neal. We'll bump it to the right side boards. Shen couldn't settle. The Hawks will get it behind their own net. And it's fired all the way down the ice by Connor Murphy.
Really good play. Carpenter chips it down low. McCabe chips it to the far side to his partner Murphy, and Murphy slides it down easy for the Hawks clear.
Krug brings it ahead, dropped it off at his own line for Shen. Now on for Perron, and the Blues set up. And down the right wing, Tarasenko guides it behind the net on the backhand. Opening up and trying to fire it out of the zone again. Murphy couldn't this time. Tarasenko holds it in straight away. The right wing got it to Krug. He steps in front of the net was Shen. His redirection missed the net by a mile. It comes to the left corner. Falling down to the ice was Neal. And the Blackhawks will get it out. Hagel from the stripe sends it 2/3 of the way down the ice. And you're right, special teams big on the stat sheet anyway. St. Louis enters this game second in the league on the power play. The Blackhawks are fourth in the league on the kill. 11:15 to go in the second. Here's Thomas in, drops it off to Kyrou above the right circle. Went off the end wall. It comes back to the side of the net. Fleury's got his left leg right up against the goal line. And boy, that one was close. It never crossed. No signal by the officials, and we'll continue on scoreless with 11:10 to go.
Yeah, Alan, it looked like it might have stuck in his equipment. Very harmless looking play. As we're getting a chance to look at the center board here, and Fleury's got his skate against the post, and Barbashev's trying to tuck it in, and you He does a good job of not letting it slide under. That puck can get a little squirrely there when it's right rubbed up there, and Fleury's able to hold his post and keep it out.
He had his skate right up against the post. They may take a look at this, though. The referees, again, Kevin Pollock, Peter McDougall, they are side by side in front of the penalty boxes, and now they are going to review this. Well, Marc-Andre Fleury had his skate right up against the right post. The puck hit the end wall, came out in front. A couple of Blues in the area. Actually, one of them was Pavel Buchnevich. Well, that didn't last very long. The referees come back out.
Yeah, and I don't
no goal.
We're looking at it. I don't see the puck ever crossing, and if it did, it was covered. I don't know if there was a view for them to even look at.
Immediate face-off win for the Blues. Power play continues. Buchnevich in front, centered on the backhand. Kyrou couldn't get it to go. Another fantastic save for Marc-Andre Fleury. Up top, Falk to Kyrou in front of the net. Barbashev couldn't get a one-timer through cleanly. The Hawks will now poke it out courtesy of Ryan Carpenter. And off to the races. Carpenter in short-handed his shot. He missed the top left corner. It's going to wind all the way around the boards out to center. Track meet the other way. Thomas drops it off for Kyrou. The return pass didn't work out. And Murphy will guide the puck into the neutral zone. So the Hawks get out of that jam.
Really good stick by Seth Jones on the penalty kill. It's been one of their strengths.
There's Gaudette, who just came out and down the left wing. His shot's kicked aside by the right pad of Binnington. So no harm, no foul. The Hawks are now 1-for-1 on the kill to start the night. Deep slot. Kirby Dach grabs the puck, drifts over to the right wing. Pulled up against the glass by Scandella, but Dach sent it down low. And Kyle Clifford will skate it out to the red line. Chips it in over the Hawks blue line. And Chicago back the other way. Kurashev now turns top of the left circle. His shot missed the net. Caught the back window. Scandella settles. Marco Scandella will play it east to west in the neutral zone. Goes off the wall right in front of the Chicago bench. And now a whistle as Dominic Kubalik was in over the line early. Offside against the Blackhawks. 9:45 to go in the second period. Still no score in St. Louis. You're listening to Chicago Blackhawks hockey on 720 WGN.
WGN Radio News at the top and bottom of the hour.
We know a dirty little secret about you. You have a team of engineers, and you have no idea what they're capable of. Are they ready for multi-cloud? Are they certified? How advanced are their Java skills? Cloud Academy can give you that insight. Assess your team, develop their skills and experience, and get a full picture of their tech abilities so you can plan your IT projects and get predictable results. Get started and assess your team today for free at cloudacademy.com/team.
I found hope in the midst of an overwhelming situation.
Alcoholism is a disease that can affect any family. Everyone suffers, but there is help and hope at Al-Anon Family Groups.
Al-Anon gave me my life back. I'm a better father and husband.
Are you in an overwhelming situation because of someone else's drinking? Al-Anon and Alateen can help. Local and virtual meetings are available. Maybe one could work for you. Call 1-866-200-0033 or visit alanon.org/hope.
Here's a fun fact for you. The average chameleon can point their eyes in 2 different directions. On the other hand, the average human can't. So unless you're a chameleon, there's absolutely no way you can focus on texting and driving at the same time. So don't do it. Unless you're a chameleon.
Visit StopTextsStopWrecks.org. A message brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, Project Yellow Light, and the Ad Council.
Adoption of teens from foster care is a topic not enough people know about, and we're here to change that. I'm April Dinwiddie, host of the new podcast, Navigating Adoption, presented by Adopt US Kids. Each episode brings you compelling real-life adoption stories told by the families that live them with commentary from experts. Visit adoptuskids.org/podcast or subscribe to Navigating Adoption, presented by Adopt US Kids. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services Administration for Children and Families and the Ad Council.
Neutral zone face-off back here at Enterprise Center. 9:45 remaining in the second period. Dylan Strome out there with Alex DeBrincat, Mike Hartman, and the Hawks win the face-off.
Strome does it. The Hawks get it in deep. The stick of Jake McCabe. No score. 9.5 to go in the second period. Here's a 3-on-2 for St. Louis. Kyrou leading it. And he'll center for Wallman. That was just a little bit too far out in front of him, so McCabe was able to send it back into the neutral zone. Juggling the puck, Wallman, as he steps over the Hawks line. Back to McCabe. He'll play it D to D. It's lofted into the air by Phillips. Whacked down at the Blues line. Here's DeBrincat. His shots redirected in front by Dylan Strome, who draws back into the lineup with Tyler Johnson coming out due to injury here in this one. DeBrincat will bring it back in down the right wing. Tough angle shot. That one goes off the glove of Binnington. He was trying to catch it. Couldn't. And the puck is cleared down. The icing call. 8:58 to go, second period.
Yeah, Dylan Strome is playing a really solid game. We talked about him winning a face-off on that play. Gets the puck to the man that you know you want to have it. He knows who the goal scorer is, Alex DeBrincat. He gets a shot on net. The one before that, you saw Alex DeBrincat up high. He saw Dylan Strome going to the net. Put more like of a wrist shot on just to get it there to create a chance. Dylan Strome going to that hard.
Taves wins this face-off. Gustafsson on the left wing. Sent it all the way across. Played off the wall by Taves. Back through. Gustafsson in tight. His shot's kicked aside by Binnington. 8:45 to go in the second as the puck's floated into the Hawks zone by Wallman. Blues are going to try to make a quick change as Carpenter brings it back in. Send it out in front of Brandon Hagel. He's wrapped up on the right side of the St. Louis zone, brought free by Kyrou. Kyrou skates ahead, picks up speed and down the left wing, centering pass. And Tyler Bozak was the intended target, but his stick was lifted. And another good defensive play for Gustafsson. Jonathan Taves in over the Blues line, but spilling over and in early. I believe that was Hagel. Yes, Brandon Hagel. It's offside. 8:18 to go in the second.
Yeah, one too many moves there by Jonathan Taves. Brandon Hagel was hoping Taves could get it just over the line, and then Hagel could follow him and go to the net, maybe create a chance that way, unable to hold the line. I mean, the St. Louis Blues team, I was looking at it, one guy under 6 feet tall on his team, Torrey Krug, and he plays a big game. So the Hawks have to deal with some big bodies, and they can make it tough and physical at times, so the Hawks got to use their speed, and Brandon Hagel's one of those guys that can create that speed.
Well, Brandon Hagel's been good in this game. Obviously a new 3-year deal for him back in August. 8 minutes to go in the second period. No score here in St. Louis. Only one power play. That was for the Blues. The Hawks killed it off earlier in this frame. Seth Jones at the right point. Leaves it for Gaudette. Gaudette lost it at first. Keeps it in. And then a cross-ice pass eluded the zone. Everybody in white comes to touch up. And the Blues have it behind their own net. It's on the stick of Colton Parayko. Parayko will start ahead. Right to left come the Blues. Colton Parayko with a goal on Thursday, just his second since January 31st, of course dating back to last season. In the Hawks zone, left wing. Brought up to the line by Thomas. He lost it over the line. It comes to the stick of Kurashev. And Kurashev will bring it in 1-on-2 to the right corner of the Blues zone. Handed it off to Doc. Doc played it off the end wall around to the left side. No one was home for Chicago. Here come the Blues in down the right wing. A shot turned aside by Fleury. That was off the stick of Tarasenko. His third shot on goal in this contest. Still scoreless. 7 minutes to go, second period. Doc is guarded well by Falk deep in the St. Louis end. And the Blues open up some space. Robert Thomas skates into the neutral zone. Short pass for Barbashev and down the left wing. He got cut off by Murphy. And the Blues give it up. The Blackhawks bring it the other way. Strome in down the left wing, not much in front of the net, so he has to curl back behind the cage. Sends it to Murphy at the line, who went down to a knee. And the puck is handled by Dakota Joshua. Here's Clint Costin, who gets up and it all. What a hit! A perfect hit. I believe that was Entwistle. Yes, it was. He lined up the hip check, and that is how you draw it up.
I believe, if I saw it correct, because I was on defense, I think it was Eric Gustafsson got the hip check. What a beauty. It's hard to match those numbers. 58, 56, both hit hard. But Eric Gustafsson with the hip check, a la Brian Marchment from back in the day. You might not know that name, Alan, but he was the master of hip checks.
Clifford coming in, and he was guarded well by Murphy, who kept him to the outside. Just under 6 minutes to go in period number 2. Here's a stretch pass on the stick of Taves. Taves turns. He's got a teammate breaking, and he couldn't get the pass over to Hardman. He was kept on the right wing. No shot and no pass across from Taves. Dug free along the right side boards by Carpenter, and then he will leave it for his captain, Jonathan Taves. It's wrestled down by Shen, but did get it behind the net. Now over to the left wing, and DeHaan will reverse it to the near side. Seth Jones pinches in. Penalty coming up against the Blues, and a whistle with 5:23 to go in the second period. Chicago will have its first power play of the evening. Before we take a break, we'll get the call.
46, St. Louis, 2 minutes holding.
Holding call against Wallman. The Blackhawks to the power play when we return. Still scoreless. Let's see if Chicago can get one here on the man advantage. You're listening to Chicago Blackhawks hockey on 720 WGN.
It's beginning to look a lot like road trip season. Make sure your road trip ready checklist includes a free battery test at Advance Auto Parts. If it turns out you need a new battery, the perfect diehard for you is right there. Diehard is America's most trusted auto battery. It's reliable, durable, and powerful, which is important because your holiday road trip can't start if your car doesn't. Diehard is available at Advance Auto Parts and participating CarQuest locations. See store for details.
That's for you. Answer the call from patients who need plasma. Donations are down, so give plasma at a Grifols Center and receive compensation. Visit grifolsplasma.com.
Now's the time to savor toasty, sweet flavors in Starbucks maple pecan flavored ground coffee or K-Cup pods. Pair them with bites of maple coffee cake and pause for a delicious fall moment at home. Find what you need to create yours. Available at Walmart.
So then I dropped some garlic and croutons on there, and the rest is salad history. I made the best salad ever, people, and now I'm making the best app. The Caesar Sportsbook app got live in-game betting, parlays, and Caesar rewards. Caesar salad ain't got nothing on my app. Nothing!
Must be 21. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-9-WITH-IT. Download the Caesar Sportsbook app. Your app is ready, Emperor.
It's the Hamp and OB Show.
Get rid of this clown.
Before and after every Bears game. Now, back to the game.
Blackhawks to the power play. 5:23 to go, second period. Jonathan Toews he was scheduled to take the face off. Now he gets chased out, and Kirby Dach will take it instead. Left circle of the St. Louis zone. And Blues centerman Tyler Bozak won it to the end wall. Chicago's going to get it here, and they'll keep it in. They'll set up shop on their first power play, presented by Citgo. It's a Citgo Fueling Good power play, and the Chicago Blackhawks with a chance to take the lead and score first for the third straight game. The power play has been good, too, as the puck is cleared down the ice by the Blues. 8th best in the National Hockey League at 20%. 3 power play goals on the year. That's 3 for 15. It's actually the best on the road as well, minimum of 15 chances. So, see if they can capitalize here in the final 5 minutes of the second period. Brought in and shot wide of the net by Kubalik. Goes off the back glass, comes up the right wing, and then is fired down the ice by Scandella.
Yeah, I don't mind that play. Dominic Kubalik has got probably the best shot, him and Alex DeBrincat on the team, and they're kind of giving it to him. They're almost like, deking him to pass the puck, and he took that shot. Unfortunately, he missed the net, but I don't dislike that play. Good effort by Dominic Kubalik.
Blackhawks power play continues on for 50 seconds. 4-man log jam on the left wing. The St. Louis zone brought free by Dach. On the backhand, he'll center, and Kubalik had it roll over his stick. He was all alone between the circles.
Speaking of the devil, oh my God, what a play by Kirby Dach. Wins the battle around the net. Sees Kubalik coming down the slot, not get the whiff on that.
Hagel gets the puck in tight. Tough angle shot kicked away by Binnington's right pad. Chicago will set back up. Hagel, cross-ice pass, looking for Kurashev at the back door. Too much heat on that one. And again, it is cleared this time by Clifford. That is twice in this period that Kirby Dach has had an excellent view of the front of the net, and he has put a pass right on the money. And Chicago just hasn't been able to capitalize. Gaudette back in, drops it off for Strome on the right wing. Wallman comes out of the box, and the Blackhawks are 0 for 1 on the power play. Kurashev twirls. It's a forehand shot, and that one may have gotten a piece of Binnington's reaching glove. And a slide back into the Blackhawks' ends. 3:08 to go in the second period. St. Louis out shooting Chicago 27-15. Again, still scoreless, and the best performance for Marc-Andre Fleury on the season here in this game so far as the puck redirects about 10 rows deep on the near side. And we'll get another whistle.
Yeah, I mean, just kind of another instance of a bounce or a play not going their way. Kirby Dach just sets it on a tee, coming right down the slot for Dominic Kubalik, who's just feasting. Can't wait for that puck to get to him. It gets to him. He's the leg, and I swear the puck just bounces over his stick. Yeah. It's unbelievable. Hey, it happens to other teams, other players, but the string of that happening to the Blackhawks right now is just incredible on plays like that. It's going to happen throughout a whole game. But a grade A chance, it's like, come on, man. Can we get one?
You wait for that pendulum to swing back the other way because you know at some point every single bounce is going to go Chicago's way.
I'm done waiting, Alan. I'm done.
Aren't we all, as the puck is floated out to center by Murphy. Drops down just ahead of Carpenter, but a little bit too far out in front of his reaching stick, so Falk turns it back to center. Robert Thomas has it in neutral zone. Back to 5-on-5 play. No score. 2:35 to go in the second. As the Blues bring it in, Tarasenko backhands one of the deep slot. It's intercepted by Carpenter. The setup at whistle. Down the right wing slowly, and he got cut off by Krug. To the left side of the St. Louis zone. And play back behind the net. We'll get a whistle and a cross-check is signal. 2:18 to go in the second. See who they're going to get. It'll be St. Louis, so Chicago will head back to the power play. Here's the call.
Yeah, Vladdy Tarasenko going to the box. Looks like a cross-check. The Hawks have really strung together some nice shifts here. They're playing really well defensively. They've kind of slowed down that high-powered offense of St. Louis here in the second. They're creating their own, and they're getting another power play chance.
Up top, it's DeBrincat, Taves, Doc, left to right. Jones, Kubalik back at the blue line. The second Feeling Good Sitco power play of the game and the period. And Taves wins the face-off left circle. Got it cleanly back to Jones. Jones over to the left wing for DeBrincat. Back up top. Jones. Kubalik back to Seth Jones. He walks the line. Found Taves, who brushes it over to the left wing for DeBrincat. And then the pass from Seth Jones that was intended for Taves went off the leg of Barbashev, and that comes out to center, but Chicago will bring it right back in. DeBrincat from the left wing. It east to west, gathered off the wall on the near side by Doc. Pushes it back to Taves, who opens up across to DeBrincat. Got a shot off. It caught the reaching stick of Parayko back behind the net. Here's Seth Jones, left point. Short pass down the wall for DeBrincat. He opens up. High slot. Plays it tape to tape into the near corner for Kubalik to Jones. Straight away, rolled over to his right skate, and the shot went right into the body of Binnington. There was a battle in front of the net. But that one came all the way through cleanly as Kirby Doc fell to the ice just as the whistle sounded.
Yeah, Colin Parayko had to use all 6'6" of himself. Alex DeBrincat looked like he had a wide open net if he could have got that through. But Parayko with that he's 6'6", his wingspan with a hockey stick, what is that, 9 feet? But he got he got over there and made a nice blocker. Alex DeBrincat had looked like could have been the first goal of that hockey game.
Seth Jones, after that play ended, looked up at the Raptors wondering what gives. What does Chicago have to do off the faceoff? Falk will clear it down the ice. 80 seconds left in the second period, and we've got 60 seconds. It's 1 minute left on the Feeling Good Sitco power play. Seth Jones from his own zone brings it ahead. Cross-ice pass in the neutral zone, tape to tape for Taves. Taves steps over the line, found Doc. Back to Taves behind the St. Louis net. He continues it around to the left corner to bring it up top. Jones walks the line, hands it off to Kubalik. And a short pass to Taves, broken up. Now a race to the puck the other way as Thomas will get to it in the right circle. Plays it in front, and Buchnevich crashing the net. Could not alter it enough to get it past Fleury. Fleury wasn't sure where it was, but it was outside of the crease here in the final 40 seconds of the second. 20 seconds left on the Tarasenko penalty for cross-checking. Still no score. And again, it's muscled out of the Blues zone, this time by Kyle Clifford. Braden Shen on the right boards of the St. Louis zone, back in front, and Clifford jams away at it. Now to the left wing, Scandella plays it back through the crease. That one came through untouched. Shen was in the area, couldn't get his stick on it. The power play is ended for Chicago. Out of the box, Tarasenko centers it. It's picked off by Kurashev. 5 seconds left in the period, and we will head to the third, still scoreless. That's how 40 minutes ends tonight here from Enterprise Center. No score. Shots favoring St. Louis 29-16. Both teams did have some power play time. Chicago with 2 opportunities. The Blues had 1 power play. Tonight's been all about the goaltenders. Marc-Andre Fleury is up to 29 saves, and on the other side, Jordan Binnington has stopped each of the 16 shots on goal that he has faced, and maybe a little bit more action there than what we saw in the first period. But again, I stand by what I just said. The goalies have been very good here tonight.
You're right, and right there at the end, I mean, the Hawks, for the most part, the second half of that period had controlled play, had a couple power plays. So the puck was down there, so Marc-Andre Fleury had a quiet second half. So that makes that last save, that sequence on Clifford, those back-to-back saves crucial. Because right now, the way the psyche is for the Hawks, giving up a goal in the last 30 seconds of a period is just something right now that the team, I don't know if they can come back from, quite frankly. So that was a huge save sequence by Marc-Andre Fleury. He has been fantastic tonight.
He has been. And one of the things that Jeremy Colleton talked about this morning was he wanted to kind of eliminate the rush chances that he has seen from opponents recently, certainly last night in Carolina. Thought Chicago did a pretty good job there in that second period of eliminating those chances. They did not go chance for chance as far as rushes are concerned, odd man chances, and that's what you like to see. That's something that you can build upon.
Yeah, you're correct, and it's being defense first, right? And then the offense will come. I thought there was only one or two, and like I said, this is a really good hockey team they're playing. You're gonna give up some chances. That's why you have a world-class goaltender between the pipes. But you're right, they did a good job, and they also did coming back to the net. And you saw 3-4 guys when a puck came in on Fleury. If he made a save, the puck came to the slot. There were white jerseys there, not St. Louis Blue jerseys. That's a good sign for the Hawks not giving up second and third chances, because they get that momentum rolling and they get their D playing in the offensive zone. The Krugs and the Falks, they can be very dangerous. The Hawks didn't do that, and then they made good plays when they did get the puck, whether it was they had time with it to move to another guy to get up a rush, or just chip it out of the zone and start all over from center ice.
100%. They did a great job of clogging up the front of the net as well,
Definitely.
as you just alluded to. So still scoreless. We've reached the end of the second period. We'll see if the third is decisive. I don't know. Maybe we'll need some free hockey here tonight. We'll find out together. Absolutely. This game has been fun. That would certainly make it a little bit more fun. But with these games in the division, Chicago wants 2 points. They don't want to hand St. Louis
any which way they can.
Anything, yeah. So we'll see what happens in the third. That's coming up in just a little bit. First, though, our intermission report as we head back to Joe Brand in the studio after this. You're listening to Chicago Blackhawks Hockey on 720 WGN.
Imagine a deck. What do you see? A bunch of straight, parallel boards. One plank exactly like another. On and on and on. Sure, they're evenly spaced, but so are prison bars. Break free with TimberTech's high-performance multi-width decking. Innovative technology that produces the most lifelike look of real wood anywhere, so you can create a real wood look inspired by the latest design trends, instead of, Alcatraz. Start dreaming today at TimberTech.com. TimberTech. Go against the grain.
Where do you want the roofing business to take you? To a nicer house? To family vacations? A comfortable retirement? Wherever you're going, GAF contractor programs and products can help you get there. Visit GAF.com/get there.
That's for you. Answer the call from patients who need plasma. Donations are down, so give plasma at a Grifols center and receive compensation. Visit grifolsplasma.com.
Power a house full of devices with the fastest Wi-Fi, only from Xfinity. Now through October 31st, ask how to get a special offer of $300 back when you get gig speed internet, or get started with up to 50 megabits per second download speed for $20 a month for 12 months with a 1-year agreement. Go to Xfinity.com, call 1-800-XFINITY, or visit a store today. Requires paperless billing and autopay with stored bank account. Restrictions apply. New performance starter internet customers only. Equipment, taxes, and fees extra and subject to change. After term, regular rates apply. Gig Wi-Fi requires gig internet and X-Fi gateway. Actual speeds vary.
That's the sound of one of my favorite customers ever. His name's Jeremy. His dad Frank called me when it was time to replace their drafty old windows and to take advantage of our limited time sale. As a dedicated Pella advisor, I make getting new windows and doors simple. And when it comes to installation, nobody does it like Pella. Our local team can typically install in just a day.
Right now, you can elevate the look of your home with special offers from Pella Indianapolis. Visit PellaIndianapolis.com/radio to learn more.
For 40 years, Michael Myers has haunted this town. He is the essence of evil, and evil dies tonight.
We're gonna hunt him down and we're gonna put an end to this.
I want to take his mask off and see the life leave his eyes. Happy Halloween, Michael.
Halloween Kills, rated R, under 17, not admitted without parent, in theaters and streaming only on Peacock now.
It's time for an intermission update. Here's Joe Brand.
Through 40 minutes, the Chicago Blackhawks have denied the best offense in the NHL of a goal. Coming into this game, St. Louis led the league, scoring 4.67 goals per game, and right now we've got a scoreless hockey game over at the Enterprise Center as the Hawks are again trying to pick up their first win of the season. St. Louis 5-1 to share a tie for the lead in the Central Division with Minnesota, and right now the Blackhawks keeping even with them. They'll have 20 minutes to try and grab a lead and maybe sneak out of St. Louis with a victory. Let's take a look around the NHL, some of the other games going on right now. We talked about it earlier. San Jose Sharks are without 7 players due to COVID protocol, but they're still leading the Winnipeg Jets 1-0, and they've got 3 minutes to kill off. Well, just as I say that, Connor scoring for the Winnipeg Jets, so that game is tied up at 1 with 3:12 left in regulation over in San Jose. They're going to be heading to a shootout in Boston. The Florida Panthers and the Bruins are tied up at 2. Florida's trying to stay undefeated heading into this game at 8-0-0. The Maple Leafs squeeze out a victory over the Detroit Red Wings, a 5-4 final up in Toronto. Colorado has a 1-0 lead over the Minnesota Wild. Again, the team tied with the Blues for the lead in the Central. 11 seconds left in that first period over in Colorado. The Oilers will visit the Vancouver Canucks later tonight. The Flames host the Philadelphia Flyers in a couple of finals tonight. The Predators beat the Islanders in a shootout 3-2. The Kings over the Canadiens 5-2. And the New Jersey Devils with a 4-2 win over the Pittsburgh Penguins. Again, Sidney Crosby returning to Pittsburgh tonight, his first game back. Some other news around the NHL. The Commissioner Gary Bettman met with Kyle Beach today and spoke about how the NHL could better protect its players moving forward. Beach's attorney, Susan Logan, said in an email that there was a discussion about what could be done in the future to assure that this kind of situation does not occur again. Loggins also said that Commissioner Bettman articulated his sincere regret over what had happened to Beach back in 2010, offering the league's help, including with psychological services. Some other scores throughout the sports world. Again, Game 4 of the World Series down in Atlanta. I'm sure the Cardinals are wishing they were hosting the World Series right now. Jose Altuve launching a home run, though, as Houston leads the Braves 2-0 through 4 innings down in Atlanta. The Astros are trying to even up that series at 2 games apiece. The Bulls are hosting the Utah Jazz over at the United Center right now, and they are leading Utah by a point, 66-65 with 5:49 left in the third quarter. The Bears host the 49ers tomorrow over on the lakefront. Some college football scores for you. Notre Dame leading North Carolina 24-20. Iowa falls to Wisconsin today, a heartbreaker, 27-7 to the unranked Wisconsin Badgers. Northwestern falls to Minnesota 41-14, and Michigan State beats Michigan 37-33. We'll take a break. Welcome back in Paul Cap-Inigri when we come back to assess that last 20 minutes as the Hawks and Blues are scoreless from St. Louis. You're listening to Blackhawks Hockey here on 720 WGN.
It's the Bob Surratt Morning Zoo. Not really, but I've always wanted to say that.
My first plan to spice up the NFL season was to add man-eating tigers to the game. We lost a lot of great players that day, and that was my bad. Now I'm bringing you the Caesars Sportsbook app. It's got live in-game betting, parlays, and Caesars rewards, people. It's even better than Tiger Ball.
Must be 21. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-9-WITH-IT.
It's been said that in a forest of 100,000 trees, no two are alike. And it's in this natural beauty that TimberTech finds inspiration to create lifelike reflections of the look of real wood found in our high-performance decking products, perfectly capturing natural beauty without ever harming nature itself. TimberTech offers the real look of wood without ever compromising quality, performance, longevity, or design. All so you can build an outdoor space unlike any other. TimberTech. Go against the grain.
Got a new puppy or want to spoil the ones you already love? Shop online at Chewy. Find food, beds, prescriptions, and more. We've got everything you need to make them happy. Plus, you get fast free shipping on orders over $49. Visit Chewy.com today.
Jake and Christine knew they needed help renovating their dream home. As a Pella advisor, I make sure every step of getting new windows and doors is smooth, including setting you up with our Pella Care Guarantee. It covers everything from product to installation, with some of the strongest warranties in the industry.
Right now, you can elevate the look of your home with special offers from Pella Indianapolis. Visit PellaIndianapolis.com/radio to learn more.
Another period bites the dust down in St. Louis. The Hawks actually tripling their shots on goal tally, but they still trail St. Louis in that regard, 29-16, as we are scoreless through 2 periods, the Blackhawks and the Blues. I'm Joe Brand. As you're listening to Blackhawks hockey here on 720 WGN. Hey, fans, don't forget, after tonight's game, tune in to the Bitcoin of America Chicago Blackhawks post-game show. We'll have player and coach interviews, fan reaction, and game analysis. Let's head back over to the Enterprise Center where Paul Caponigri is standing by. And Paul, we were talking about keeping it boring. And you know what? It's probably been the least boring game. You know, no score, but man, I feel like you can cut the tension with a knife over there. As we're going to have Paul in just a few short moments. I think he took keeping the game boring a little bit too spot on right there. But yeah, the Hawks are trying to generate some chances against St. Louis right now. But as now we welcome back in Paul Caponigri. And Paul, again,
you guys are killing me with this boring stuff. But it's work. Is it working? It's no score right now.
Yeah, no,
it's not been boring.
It was working a little bit with some dead air. I mean, that doesn't get much more boring than that. But
was
no,
that ironic? Or?
It was. That's what we call ironic in the radio business. But hey, we really can't say enough about Marc-Andre Fleury. I mean, this is why the Blackhawks picked this goaltender up in the offseason, because even if things don't work out offensively, you still have him to rely on, and he really is putting up some good minutes in this game.
Yeah, he's playing really solid, and like I said, as we left the second period, when I was talking to Alan about it, that save on Clifford, the back-to-back at the end, is so critical because the Hawks were playing so well and carrying most of the play, and to give up a goal in the last minute of a period, as you're looking for that first win, you need those kind of plays, and I love seeing that from Marc-Andre Fleury. And yeah, you traded for him, the Vezina Trophy winner, for a reason, and he's a guy with a lot of pride. He's done a lot of things in this league, and he's not going to stay down. And those numbers that he has right now early in the season are going to look a lot different as we move on in the season, and he's showing it tonight. Just been incredible for the Hawks.
Even though the Blues are out shooting the Hawks 29-16, you got to feel like St. Louis is definitely feeling frustrated that they haven't been able to put one in the net so far. So if the Hawks can grab a goal first, it's almost like, what do they call it? Not reverse psychology, but giving them a taste of their own medicine, because that had happened so much to the Hawks earlier on this year. Maybe not outplaying the other team, but playing well, never finding a goal, and then all of a sudden one little cheapie goes in. I feel like the Hawks could really benefit from something like that.
Yeah, I mean, we've been talking about this so much, but the Hawks could use just one bounce to go their way. I mean, we talked about the Dominik Kubalik in the slot coming down with Kirby Dach. That pass like a ghost came and bounced that puck over his stick. It was incredible. But keep it going, keep your head down, keep working, as Jake McCabe said in this morning, and what Seth Jones said before last night's game is, hey, keep going, keep positive, keep working hard. The two things: work hard, but work smart as well. I think that goes sometimes. You can run around as hard as you want sometimes, but you got to play your position correctly, use your teammates right. And if the Hawks do that, I like their chances and let the chips, kind of fall where they may.
How are Allen's nerves right now? He doesn't sound comfortable or experienced or like he's been doing this for over 10 years at all.
He's checking his Twitter feeds to see how many followers he's getting now. He's the man, he's the myth, the legend out there, and this is exciting for him. Man. He's got his family in the building.
Oh, that's awesome.
I mean, that's got to be awesome. You hear when guys get called up. We heard the sound from Isaac Phillips about how got his parents on the conference call and got to tell him to get a flight to Carolina. I mean, that's just pretty cool stuff to have your family and the team that he grew up with, just like I did, Hawks fans, to be calling their games. We're just kind of pinching ourselves right now.
All right, well, maybe he can call the first Hawks goal tonight. How about that?
Done. Sold.
Sounds good to me. Paul and Alan will have the next 20 minutes over at the Enterprise Center. Again, Hawks and Blues are scoreless. We'll have a scoring recap when we come back. You're listening to Blackhawks Hockey here on 720 WGN.
For 40 years, Michael Myers has haunted this town. He is the essence of evil, and evil dies tonight.
We're gonna hunt him down and we're gonna put an end to this.
I want to take his mask off and see the life leave his eyes. Happy Halloween, Michael.
Halloween Kills, rated R. Under 17, not admitted without parent. In theaters and streaming only on Peacock now.
As a professional musician, Lachi stays true to her creative vision, even with continuing vision loss. But she's not alone. For 50 years, the Foundation Fighting Blindness has funded research into treatments and cures for blinding retinal diseases, providing hope to people with vision loss. And for Lachi, winning means using her voice to bring hope to others with vision loss. The Foundation Fighting Blindness. Together, we're winning. Help us end blinding diseases at fightingblindness.org.
Meet Caitlin and Adrian, a just-married couple that loves each other almost as much as I love windows. As a dedicated Pella window and door replacement advisor, I help guide them through our quality options and decide on the right choice for their style and budget.
Right now, you can elevate the look of your home with special offers from Pella Indianapolis. Visit PellaIndianapolis.com/radio to learn more.
Imagine a fast food rib sandwich. No, stop! Not that one! Please, stop! Now instead, imagine a very real country-style rib sandwich. Smoked pork ribs, Gouda. Whoa! Pretty freaky that you're somehow imagining the exact same rib sandwich Arby's has right now for a limited time. Imagine that. Arby's, we have the meat.
At participating Arby's for a limited time.
Period 3. The third period is next. Here for a recap is Joe Brand.
29 saves for Blackhawks goaltender Marc-Andre Fleury, but no score through 40 minutes from St. Louis. As the second period scoring recap is sponsored by the College of DuPage. Is it time to elevate your career? College of DuPage has a multitude of degrees with classes starting next spring. Visit itslikecod.com. We'll send it back out to Alan and Paul over at the Enterprise Center. And Alan, as Paul said, your family's there. I know they're at the game, but they're probably still listening to you. Why don't you give this an opportunity to give your loved ones a shout out?
I appreciate that, Joe. Yeah, I've got my parents drove down from Morton, Illinois. My dad, Tim, my mom, Donna. I've got my in-laws here, my wife, Emily, and I believe Lindsay, her sister, my sister-in-law, and her husband as well, Jacob. So if they're out there listening on the WGN app, really appreciate your support, guys. It means a lot to me. This whole night means quite a bit to me, and I'm really excited to work with you, Joe, and to have you, Paul, next to me up here. It's been fun. Let's get a win.
Well said, well said.
Puck's back down. Just like that, we're underway in the third period. No score. As Joe mentioned, Marc-Andre Fleury with 29 saves to match his number through 2 periods of action. James Nealon down the right wing of the Chicago zone, kept to the outside well by Calvin DeHaan. He'll reach out his stick, pokes it up the right wing, and it's played out to center by Jonathan Toews. On for Carpenter. He hands it off to Jones. Long shot into the body of Binnington. He holds it for a whistle.
Love it, love it, love it. Simple breakout, get it up the wall. Hawks, first 5 minutes of this third period is really crucial to keep it level or get that first goal, but a nice play, get a breakout. Seth Jones gets up in the play, looks around, doesn't have a pass, puts the puck on net. Hawks get an offensive zone faceoff.
Whistle just 27 seconds into the third. A good start there. It was a lengthy try by Seth Jones, but always good to put the puck on net. Face-off the side of the St. Louis cage and swung around the boards by Parayko. Getting onto it and collecting it in the neutral zone. Shen drops it off for Kyrou. Kyrou gets spun around. His backhand pass towards the line intercepted by Doc. He forces it to center once more. Still in the opening minute of the third period. We'll get a whistle. It's icing against the Blues. 47 seconds into this frame.
Yeah, good reaction by Kirby Doc. He's known as a guy with his offensive abilities, but his defense is a very smart, cerebral player. Reads a pass there. The one area of his game right now, he's struggling. He's 0 for 6 on the faceoff. So at that point, when you're struggling like that, you're not trying to win faceoffs. You're maybe just trying to tie it. let your wingers come in and fetch it for you.
Big face-off win here for Strome, and the Hawks set up shop in the offensive end. Gustafsson with a chance. His shot goes wide. It's something there behind the net, up in the shelf, and redirects out of play. An odd carom there, but
they still don't know where that puck is. I think it might have went straight up from the dasher board and went into the netting. But yeah, that was kind of it's Halloween tomorrow.
It is, yeah.
Spooky here.
What are you dressing up as?
Oh man, a broadcaster.
Oh, don't let me down with that. There's got to be something more creative out there. Nobody wants to be a broadcaster.
I was a whoopee cushion one year. That was kind of funny, but I don't think I'm doing that again.
Not even going to ask.
Yeah, there you go.
53 seconds into the third period, still scoreless. Another shot off the face-off by Gustafsson. That one missed by quite a bit. They have been intentionally shot wide, looking for the redirection in front, but the Blues are on it. And Marco Scandella with a short pass ahead to his own line. Found Barbashev, but he got it wrapped up in his skates, and he ended up kicking it back deep in his own end. Blues moving left to right here in the third period, and they're blue tops and bottoms, trimmed in white and yellow letters and numbers. Puck bounced in from the blue line by Thomas. Meanwhile, the Hawks answer right to left in their white tops, black pants. They're trimmed in red and black letters and numbers. Puck dug free on the near side by Gustafsson. And he'll float it out to center. Bouncing puck that Doc looked to settle. In good position there. The other number 77, that's Mikula. They've got hit up high by a falling Doc. He looks to be okay. They separate. Rob Thomas comes in the other way. Got it to Fault, got it back. They drop it off for Tarasenko. His shot, that one caught the iron. 2 posts in this hockey game for St. Louis. We're still scoreless, and there it was. Marc-Andre Fleury.
I think he got a little piece of a glove on it. We'll take a look at the break, but it looked like he might have got a glove on it.
Back in, Kairu's shot ramps off the stick of McCabe, and then they wrestle each other towards the ice. Kairu ended up falling down. McCabe stood on his skates, never did fall, but the puck goes out of play for a whistle. 2 minutes and 5 seconds into the third period. Still scoreless.
Yeah, Vladdy Tarasenko with a heavy shot coming down as he goes to the right dot.
Oh,
and he
yeah.
goes high. I
Fleury
think
did get a piece
got
of
it,
it, yeah.
just enough, and it all takes is just a little piece of that leather. I mean, Tarasenko was inside the top of the circles, fading to his right, and put it at Fleury's glove. He was able to make just a piece save, and then he gets a little friendly boost from the post.
Got some help from the post, but he helped it out just enough to get there. Sometimes it's a game of inches or less. Opening 3 minutes of the third period. Here's Jones up top. Slap shots redirected in front and wide from Hardman. And now he'll race to the bench for a change. Battle down low between Strome and Neal in front of the cage, and Strome on the forehand was in too tight. Shot went off the leg pad of Jordan Binnington. And the Blues carry it through center. Here's Shen. Shen was slowed by Murphy. And the puck went behind both of them. Kairu in the neutral zone pushes it back into his own end for Wallman. 2 minutes and 45 seconds gone in the third. Caught ahead by Klim Kostin. Got the picture wedge and dumps it in deep. 4 skaters around the puck, back behind the Chicago net. Squirts free over to the left corner. And while the penalty coming up, this is against Chicago. And the puck's held back behind the cage by Kostin. Delayed penalty against the Hawks. Kostin is wrestled into the far corner wall by Johnson. Hawks still trying to get a touch on it. Long shot by Clifford. And that was answered by Fleury. Back up top again. Wallman winds, doesn't fire. Hands it off to Neal. Back to Wallman. Slap shot in front, and that one didn't go. And will be touched up by a Hawk in the far corner. That was Murphy, so we get the whistle. St. Louis to the power play in the opening 4 minutes of period 3, and the temperature starts to rise after the whistle. Several players getting together on the far side of the Chicago zone, and St. Louis again will have a man advantage.
Yeah, Alan, I'm not so sure about what the penalty. I thought when I pointed at you was that
let's go downstairs.
St. Louis was getting the call.
44 Chicago, 2 minutes interference.
Oh. If you look at this play, Calvin DeHaan is going behind the net, and the St. Louis player throws his elbow into him. Right there. Now, you could have maybe called both. You could have called the interference, but you could have clearly thrown the forearm shiver into Calvin DeHaan's face. So very unfortunate moment there for the Blackhawks. And then, obviously, they went on with a scoring chance. But this is a huge penalty kill for the Blackhawks. Got to react well.
So 3:23 into the third period. And it's an interference penalty against Calvin DeHaan. So the St. Louis power play gets its second opportunity. Again, it came into this contest second in the National Hockey League at 35.3%. 6 power play goals scored on the year. The Hawks' kill has got to be good, and it has to be buttoned up in the first 4 minutes of the third. Tarasenko on the right wing of the offensive zone, swung it all the way around. It cycles up to the left point where David Perron is double-teamed. Good work for the Hawks, but they can't get it out. Tarasenko above the right circle, delays. Hands it off, got it back from Schenn. A slap shot went off the leg of McCabe in front. And it comes up the left wing boards, forced out to center. Maybe a 2-on-1 for Chicago. Instead, Hagel skates in left side from the circle. A shot that was juggled by Binnington, but he made the save. And the Blues carry it the other way, courtesy of Schenn. Schenn over the Hawks line, found Tarasenko right point. He delays, head up, looking in front of the cage. Sends it to the side of the net, got it to Neal. They play catch on the right wing of the Hawks zone. Right point, Tarasenko to Schenn. Left side slap shot, didn't get through on that far wing. That went off the stick of Perron. Big battle in the left circle, and now it scores free, and it's flung all the way down the ice by Phillips, the 20-year-old, in his rookie season.
Yeah, I could see that one coming. That puck going to the right time. Murphy got ready, made himself big, made a nice block, and then Phillips with great poise goes behind the net and clears it down for another clear.
Big head of steam here for Jordan Kyrou in down the right wing. Only one option, though. That's to take it behind the net. Lost the puck there. Good work for the Hawks defense, and it's cleared once again, this time by McCabe. Power play down to just 12 seconds. 14:49 to go in the third period. No score in St. Louis. Marc-Andre Fleury up to 30 saves on 30 shots, and the puck's cleared once again, this time by Johnson.
Connor Murphy playing like a man right now. Him and Jake McCabe with the penalty kill, but the block shots, the sticks and lanes. Connor Murphy getting it done on this PK.
And DeHaan is out of the box, so the Hawks' kill is 2 for 2. Rush up the ice to Brinkett, won't have enough as Schenn beats him to it by a step. And Schenn lost an edge, wiped out. We're going to get a penalty, and this one is just going to be a little bit more tough than the last. Schenn is injured behind the St. Louis net, very slow to get up. Boy, that looked like he just lost an edge. They're going to call a trip, though, on Alex DeBrincat. And Jeremy Colliton can't believe it. Schenn's going straight to the room. He is in a lot of pain. He's not even going to make it halfway down the tunnel. He collapses in pain. And the Hawks are shorthanded once again.
Yeah.
Brayden Schenn is in a lot of pain as he has just kind of keeled over just after he exited the ice surface.
Yeah, I want to take a look. Oh, what happened is Alex DeBrincat got his skate. He's trying to get his stick down on the ice. It actually gets caught in the skate blade.
Tripping on DeBrincat.
I mean, that's just a bad, he's trying to keep his stick down, trying to poke the puck. It goes into the toque, the white part of between the blade and the boot of the skate, and it gets stuck in there. Yeah. Just unfortunate. It is a penalty there, too. And you hope Brayden Schenn's okay. I think he was able to get up. Unfortunate play, but the Hawks penalty kill has been really solid. Another chance here. You got Murphy and McCabe have been the leaders back there on the back end, and you have Taves up front with, I can't see, is that Entwistle?
Tough to tell from this angle. Looks like it.
Or Carpenter. It might be Carpenter. They've been a duo right now most of the time for the Hawks. I think it is Carpenter. Yeah, Carpenter and Taves.
Thomas against Taves on the draw. Robert Thomas wins it back to Krug. Straight away, play it over to the right circle for Tarasenko. 3 straight multi-point games for Tarasenko down low. Buchnevich opened up, couldn't find Perron in the left circle, and it's pushed out to center. A delayed onside call, and now Perron will peel off. 13:50 to go in the third period. 1:36 left on a penalty against Alex DeBrincat. The puck's fired down the ice by Murphy. That's a big loss, though, for St. Louis. Brayden Schenn, 5 points in 6 games so far this year, had 4 points in his last 4. He will likely not return, although we'll keep an eye on it. He was in a lot of pain as the puck's held in. Tarasenko in front. A shot too high for Robert Thomas. Settled and then cleared into the neutral zone. Off the stick of Gustafsson. Back in. Here comes Robert Thomas. Right side. Cross-ice pass on the mark for Perron. And then to Vladimir Tarasenko. Right wing. Holds as he drifts towards the right corner. Gave it up. Got it back. Go out to the line. Krug straight away. Over to the left wing. Perron back to Krug. They'll come this way. Tarasenko's pass was behind Robert Thomas. 44 seconds left on the kill. Third power play for the Blues. Tarasenko, he caught the puck and in one sweeping motion trying to center it. That was knocked down by Seth Jones. Left circle. Perron dances. Has Dahan in front of him. Circles back. Found Tarasenko at the line. Vladimir Tarasenko again. Comes this way. Right side. Krug shoots and scores. Torrey Krug puts St. Louis on top 1-0. A power play goal. It's Krug's first of the season, and St. Louis lights the lamp first with 12:35 to go in the third period.
Yeah, that was a long sequence by this unit. The Hawks up to that point did a great job of getting in lanes, blocking shots. But Torrey Krug didn't waste any time there. He kind of grabbed it, then shot it instead of a one-timer, and that puck looked like it might have got deflected in front of the net. He may be off of a Blackhawk. Really unfortunate for a penalty kill that has been really good and arguably the best part of the Hawks season so far. Unable to get past that last 20 or 30 seconds. Torrey Krug puts it at the net, and it kind of just gets through Fleury. He gives a little head to the crowd, a little frustration there, but the Hawks have got to keep it going north. A lot of positive things are happening right now. Down 1 goal. Got to answer back here as we get to the middle of the third period.
It is Torrey Krug's first goal of the season. Robert Thomas was in front of the net. He did not get a piece of it. Marc-Andre Fleury did get something, but not all of it, as the puck is shot off a stick and out of play in the Chicago zone. 12-14 to go in the third.
Yeah, it looked like he kind of... It went into net weird. I don't know how else to describe that. It kind of went up. Maybe it hit underneath him and popped up a little bit, but so close to kind of finishing that.
Well, the Blues have scored first now in 4 games. They're 2-1-0 in doing so. We'll take a break. 12-14 to go in the third period. 1-0 St. Louis. This is Chicago Blackhawks hockey on 720 WGN.
Veterans, you stepped up for our freedom. You deserve the freedom to move about your home. If you served in a branch of the armed forces, enter for the chance to win a home stair lift with installation from Access Elevator. Visit WGNradio.com/contests.
The beloved fairy tale Rodgers and Hammerstein's Cinderella comes to the Paramount Theater. Enter to win a night out with me, Dean Richards, including a VIP meet and greet and 2 tickets to the show Sunday, November 21st. Visit WGNradio.com/contests.
Hi, this is Terry Prince. I'm the Acting Director of the Illinois Department of Veterans Affairs. We're taking the month of November to amplify our support of veterans through Operation Rising Spirit. And we're asking for your help by writing a note of appreciation to a veteran in one of our homes. You can easily do this by visiting our website at veterans.illinois.gov and click on Send a Vet a Message. We've seen how this small gesture brightens their day and lifts the spirits of our veterans.
This message comes from McCormick & Company, committed to enhancing our health, our communities, and our planet. That's why they're uniting the world through flavor, where healthy, sustainable, and delicious go hand in hand. Visit McCormickCorporation.com/future of flavor.
Win your share of $1 million with the Bet Rivers Beat the Spread Challenge. When you bet on pro football games at Bet Rivers this season, you can win weekly and season-long prizes. Every time you beat the spread, you'll earn points and move your way up the leaderboard toward the top prizes. See official rules for details. Download the Bet Rivers app or go to betrivers.com and start winning. Must be 21 and located in Indiana. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-9-WITH-IT. 1-800-994-8448.
The Blackhawks, Wildcats, and the NFL play here on AM 720. On smart speakers, say play WGN Chicago.
So 14 to go in the third period. St. Louis on top 1-0 on a power play goal from Torrey Krug, his first of the year. Face off in the Hawk zone right off the draw. Shot towards the net from Falk. Didn't miss by a lot. Went off the end wall and pops back out to center. Alan Furing, Paul Caponigri with you from Enterprise Center in St. Louis. First of 4 meetings between the Blackhawks and Blues this year. They'll do it again at the UC coming up in November. As the puck is held by Clifford out to the line. Krug with a long shot. May have gotten a piece of Dakota Joshua's stick and then went wide left. A couple of games at the United Center, November 26th and then February the 27th. We're back here in St. Louis on January the 30th. 11.5 to go in the third period. Plenty of time left. The Hawks only need 1 to tie. There's a lead pass to Kubalik. He's in. Shot misses the net. High and wide left. Caught the high glass, so it stays in. It's bumped back down low by Kurashev. There's Jonathan Taves on the backhand. Fighting for some real estate. Nothing open. Up top, and a shot. That was pretty good for Seth Jones, but another save for Binnington. Now between the skates of Scandella right in front of the net, but he got his feet moving quick enough to get away from Kurashev, and he outlets it to center. 11 minutes to go in the third. 1-0 St. Louis. Brought back in by Taves. He spins away from Scandella on the backhand, then ran into Parayko in the right corner. Back up the wall. Kyrou in a stick battle with Seth Jones. Open ice here for Taves. He hands it off to Dahan. Long shot wide left. And the Blues will get it out as it's backhanded to center by Bozak. The Hawks settle it. Dahan across to Seth Jones. 4-44. Back over to 44. That's Dahan. Lead pass redirected in by Gaudette. Giving chase is Hagel. He's beaten to the puck by Falk. He steers it up the right side of the St. Louis zone. And pushed into the neutral zone by Barbashev. Collected by Gustafsson. And he'll send it in down the left wing. 10:15 left in the third. Leaves puck in front. Here's Gaudette trying to jam it home. He could not force it under Binnington. He'll hold it for a whistle. Binnington up to 21 saves on 21 shots. And again, offense has been an issue at times for the Hawks this year. They come into this game with 5 of their 8 games. They've scored 2 goals or fewer. Of course, tonight they're still trying to get on the board. Paul, you have the sense
I'm okay with 2 goals tonight.
Yeah,
right now the way it's going.
You get the sense it's coming. You think 2 goals can probably win it for you, but you got to get one in here pretty soon.
Yeah, it's going to take effort. St. Louis now, I'm not saying they're going to lay back, but they're probably going to be a little more cautious with the pucks. So the Hawks are going to have to get hard on the forecheck and get pucks to the net and crash the net.
One thing Jeremy Colleton has spoken about is a long shot here misses the cage. Is that he wants to make it hard for opponents to get back in. Hardman in tight and a couple of whacks at it. Can't get it past Binnington. Another whistle. They have not made it easy on St. Louis in this game. That was a big point of emphasis heading into this game. We've got another whistle and a timeout on the ice, so we'll take it too. Pay some bills and be back after this. 9:57 left in the third period. St. Louis on top 1-0. This is Chicago Blackhawks hockey on 720 WGN.
Lou Manfredini helps you around the house Saturday morning starting at 6.
More for your money. Andy Moore.
It's a touchdown of savings at Andy Moore Ford. And we're kicking off the season with 0% APR financing on all new 2021 Ford F-150s. We make it easy to find the perfect truck at Indiana's largest Ford dealer for 20 consecutive years. Find your Ford this football season online at andymoreford.com. Stock number T35411. 0 down payment. 72 monthly payments at $13.89 per 1,000 borrowed. $199 fee excluded. Must finance through Ford credit financing. See dealer for full details. Expires 10/4/2021. Based on total rental and car truck sales. Report on new Fords in Indiana for 2020 for Ford Motor Company.
It's been said that in a forest of 100,000 trees, no two are alike. And it's in this natural beauty that TimberTech finds inspiration to create lifelike reflections of the look of real wood found in our high-performance decking products, perfectly capturing natural beauty without ever harming nature itself. TimberTech offers the real look of wood without ever compromising quality, performance, longevity, or design. All so you can build an outdoor space unlike any other. TimberTech. Go against the grain.
There's a lot of screaming, division, partisanship. Is it more affirmation than information? What we're trying to do is something different, something everyone wants, the presentation of truth.
The Donlin Report, weeknights at 5 p.m. only on News Nation.
Hello, Chicago. Ashley Banfield here. Tune into Banfield weeknights on News Nation and let's talk. Find us on Comcast, Channel 223, DirecTV 307, and AT&T UVerse 1180. That's Banfield weeknights at 9 on News Nation.
1-0 St. Louis inside the final 10 minutes of regulation. Face-off coming here to the right of Binnington. He's won back by Strome, and we'll get a whistle, unfair face-off. Hey, while we have a second, I want to give a shout-out to Troy Murray, who's obviously battling cancer. Hopefully he's listening at home. Wayne Gretzky said that Troy Murray was one of the top 2 players that he ever had to play against as far as toughest opponents. And so Troy, obviously,
hell of a praise right there.
It is from the great one himself. So Troy, we know you're as tough as anyone out there, and we're thinking of you. We wish you were here in St. Louis, but I'm happy to be with Paul here. Is holding down your chair as best he can, and the puck's brought in by the Hawks. It's Strome in down the right wing, who spins away, and I don't mean that in the slightest against you, Paul, but Troy just does such a great job, and we miss him as the puck is now carried Up to the red line and dumped in by Buchnevich. 9:26 to go in the third period. He's cleared all the way down the ice. Icing coming up here against Chicago. That line back in, the 80s, I believe, with Troy Murray, Edzo, who's over in the booth next to us, Kurt Fraser on that line as well. Pat Foley actually named that line the Clydesdale line because of how tough of a line that was with those three together. It was centered by Troy Murray. And, of course, he's one of the best centermen that the Blackhawks have ever had. He was physical, but he could put up points. Lanier had 99 points, second on the team. Slap shot off the faceoff by Falk was answered by Marc-Andre Fleury. So, again, Troy, we're thinking of you. And keep fighting. 9:08 to go in the third. 1-0 St. Louis on top. Power play goal is the difference from Torrey Krug in this third frame. Here's Thomas. He'll leave it on the backhand. He's getting onto it, James Neal. Tape-to-tape pass through center for Falk. He flips it over the Hawks line. On it is Kurashev. Back to Jones, ahead to Kurashev once more, and then it redirects into the Hawks bench. 8:47 to go in the third.
Kind of a little bit of a lull here in the third period. The Hawks got to start getting that momentum swing in there, get some chances. They did get a few before. Hardman was in front for a rebound chance. He batted at it. Binnington made the save, but the Hawks got to get that ice tilted back in the offensive zone, get it deep, finish some checks, get the puck to the point maybe, get them to the net. Not tough things against St. Louis, but they got to get in the offensive side now when you're down 1 goal late in the third.
Here's Hagel, gets his feet moving, skates across the red line, then had it stripped by Kyrou, ahead for Perron, just over the Blackhawks line, and steered all the way around the boards to the left corner. Battle there between Seth Jones and also Kyrou, arrived on scene a little bit late, but held Jones in the corner for a couple of extra seconds. Seth Jones now collects the loose puck, skates behind his own net, uses it as a pick. Tape-to-tape pass ahead for McCabe. Skates over the red line and flips it in. McCabe then peels off for a change. On the forecheck, Ryan Carpenter couldn't keep it down low. Barbashev will fire it down the ice, but that goes for icing. 8:02 left in the third period.
The Blackhawks get the Kirby Dock line back out on the ice as St. Louis send the puck. It looked like Bozak did not know that puck was coming from his defenseman. It gives the Hawks an opportunity here. You have Kurashev in the dot with Dock and Kubalik on his wings.
Offensive zone draw. Let's see what happens as Kurashev takes it, can't win it against Bozak. And it's handled behind the St. Louis goal line, extended by Wallman. Lead pass bumped back to him from Klim Kostin. D to D on the near side, and Parayko will bank it off the near wall out into the neutral zone. Settled by Gustafsson. Skate ahead and straight north, and then lost the puck over the line. It comes back to the Blackhawks line. Calvin DeHaan's pass intended for Dock, off the mark. Back and forth we go. Here with 7.5 to play in regulation. 1-0 St. Louis. They're out shooting Chicago 34-24 overall, but the Hawks have had the edge here in the third period, despite allowing that power play goal. And against St. Louis, still without Braden Shen, who was banged up earlier. Here's Kubalik, near corner, left side, up top. Shot by McCabe, and he floated it towards the net, but not on the mark. Goes over the right corner of the St. Louis zone, and it's handled by Barbashev. The Hawks make a wholesale change. St. Louis is going to change it up as well with 7 minutes to go.
Yeah, Gustafsson has had a really good game for the Hawks. He carried that one up, kind of leading the rush. They're going to need that from their defense, kind of create something right now, because they're not getting much of an offensive push as they're coming up in the zone. If you're getting that back-end pressure, him and Jones are guys that can get up in the play offensively. I'd like to see that now, especially now as we get late. Going to need that fourth guy up in the play.
Mike Hardman was all over the back of Neal, deep in the Chicago end. Neal stays with it, turns from the backhand to the forehand, filters it down low. It rolled over the stick of Bozak and up the right wing. DeBrincat on it, and he'll flip it ahead. This one could go for icing, though, and we do get a whistle by one of the two linesmen in this contest, Ben O'Quinn. He's joined by James Tobias, and again the referees Kevin Pollock, Peter McDougall. They've kept this game pretty calm. You never know when these rivalries reignite, if you will, and we haven't seen a whole lot of extracurriculars. It's been pretty calm in this game tonight here in St. Louis.
Yeah, this is surprising, and this is my first time in this building for a Hawks Blues game. I was thinking we'd get a little more of a heat check on there, but it's been relatively quiet, and the scoring obviously has too. And at this point now, the Hawks aren't worried about that. They're worried about getting that goal and tying this ball game up.
I see a lot of Hawks sweaters in the crowd. They travel well, especially here to St. Louis, and they are ready to explode. And hopefully Chicago can tie it up here with 6 minutes to go in the third. 5-on-5 hockey continues. Puck is walked out to center by McCabe. He dumps it in. On it is Entwistle. Drives towards the net. Couldn't get a shot off. He got it to the top of the crease and lost the handle. But it's kept in by Reese Johnson. He'll swing it down low. Steers it around the left side. Entwistle reverses it. Taken behind the St. Louis net by Krug. Tape-to-tape pass for Mikkola. He pass on the mark for Joshua. He was slowed by Connor Murphy. 5.5 to go in the third. And the puck is still held in the Chicago zone. Puck banked ahead by Gustafsson, and no one was looking for it for the Hawks. They were actually in the middle of a change as well, so that allows St. Louis plenty of open ice to bring it back out to center. Clem Costin does so, weaves his way past a couple of Hawks, skates in, backhand shot towards the top right corner, missed. It's floated out to center from the far wing by Hardman. 5 minutes to go in the third period. Puck will slide deep in the St. Louis end, back behind the net now. Robert Thomas caught a pass. He skates ahead. He's got a couple of Hawks to deal with, though. And he lost it. Bounces ahead and then is settled by Gustafsson. 4:46 to go in regulation. Free by Barbashev. His pass intended for Thomas went off his skate. Here's a chance by Carpenter, and that one didn't miss by much. Down in the butterfly was Binnington, and it's still 1-0 Blues. Tarasenko the other way, left wing, sent it in front for Thomas. It was a little bit too far behind the back in front. Tarasenko shot, knocked down by Fleury. He's on his back, and he'll get the whistle. I'm not sure if he knows it's under him, but it was. He got the whistle as the puck was covered up. 4:22 to go in period 3. St. Louis on top, 1-0. We'll take a break and go the rest of the way in regulation next. You're listening to Chicago Blackhawks hockey on 720 WGN.
For 40 years, Michael Myers has haunted this town. He is the essence of evil, and evil dies tonight.
We're gonna hunt him down and we're gonna put an end to this.
I want to take his mask off and see the life leave his eyes. Happy Halloween, Michael.
Halloween Kills, rated R, under 17, not admitted without parent, in theaters and streaming only on Peacock now.
Every day, the men and women of the United States Marine Corps demonstrate their commitment to defend the American way of life. Since 1775, wherever the mission takes us, we always remember the land we call home. As Marines, we take a stand for our nation, for us all. The few, the proud, the Marines.
You see where your business can go. To get there, you may need another 10 trucks. At Century Insurance, we put more than 115 years of industry experience to work to help protect you as you
launch a new delivery service
or
expand into a new region
and reach your business goals. Century, right by you. Property and casualty coverages are underwritten and safety services are provided by a member of the Century Insurance Group, Stevens Point, Wisconsin. For a complete listing of companies, visit century.com. Policies, coverages, benefits, and discounts are not available in all states. See policy for complete coverage details.
Anna Duplantis, the lady who's working hard to enrich your life. Weekdays 1 to 4.
We're back at the Enterprise Center. 4:22 left in the third period. 1-0 St. Louis Blues. Man, what a shift by Brandon Hagel. Makes a nice play at the offensive line. Gets it to Carpenter, who makes a nice shot. Hagel goes in net, and then he comes back on the back check to get to Robert Thomas. Robert Thomas was in alone. Causes him to go backwards. They do get a shot from outside, but just an end-to-end quality effort from Brandon Hagel.
Face-off win for the Blues, and a slap shot didn't get through cleanly for Krug. Hey, Braden Shen back on the ice, which is good news for the Blues, not so much for Chicago. He was injured earlier in the third period. Surprised he's back, but he looks to be okay, and so we've got 4 minutes to go in the third. Shen is on the ice, the Blues patrolling in the offensive end. Polk gets spun around by Murphy in the right corner. Murphy stripped it away. Tape-to-tape pass on the far end for McCabe. Long lead pass intended for Kubalik, missed him. Icing is called.
Yeah, Good idea. Sorry about that, Alan. Good idea from McCabe there. Just a little bounce off of the wall. Had Kubalik ahead in the zone. Unable to corral it and get an icing. I was hoping maybe that it went off a Kubalik's stick to negate the icing, but unfortunately it didn't. And the faceoff go back into the Blackhawks zone.
Marc-Andre Fleury in his 888th National Hockey League appearance tonight. Looks to his left. Faceoff won by Robert Thomas of the Blues, but the Hawks spring onto it. It's Phil Khrushchev down the right wing, and he's checked off the puck by Marco Scandella. So the Blues take over. It's held behind their net by Colton Parayko. 3.5 to go in regulation. The Hawks need one. They're down 1-0. The only goal was on the power play earlier in this third period from Torrey Krug. Torrey comes out of his net to play it. He'll steer it to the far corner for Seth Jones. He continues it ahead for Khrushchev. And the Hawks are cut off by Scandella, who got back defensively for St. Louis. Over to Parayko. He winds it around the boards back into Chicago ice. Seth Jones plays it up the left wing, and then it's handled at the left point. Firing the shot on target was Tyler Bozak. Didn't look like much at first, but it trickled in on goal. There's a turning shot by Neal from between the circles. He missed the net wide right. Gathered up along the near side boards by DeBrincat. Hawks get it out, but St. Louis has possession. And it's Krug to the near side. Pass ahead from Folk, intended for Neal. Read well by Jonathan Taves, fresh off the bench. 2:40 left in regulation. St. Louis on top, 1-0. The Blues hold it in their zone. And it is Krug, the goal scorer. Pass ahead and then bumped to the near side by Folk. Four-man logjam on the left wing of the St. Louis zone. Trying to dig it free is Taves. He comes out to center. Dahan trying to get back. He's got Kyrou all over his shoulder. They go crashing into the boards. Both get back up. They're okay. Play continues. Brushed out in front. Shot by Shen. Knocked down by Fleury. Rebound loose. He kicked it towards the bottom of the left circle, and the rebound was there for Perron, but David Perron couldn't finish. 2 minutes left. 1-0 St. Louis as the puck is floated up into the air and out to center by Dominic Kubalik. Handled by Brandon Hagel. He dumps it in. I'm going to keep an eye on Marc-Andre Fleury here with 1:50 to go in regulation. Again, Chicago needs one. And Fleury's on the far right-hand side of your radio dial. He's still in his net now. He'll start to wonder as the Hawks get it in. There he goes to the bench. The extra attacker is on. And the puck's kicked inadvertently off the skate of Seth Jones, and it comes out to center, so everybody has to get back for Chicago. DeBrincat, that's spun around by Parayko. Net empty for the Hawks. The Blues have possession as Tarasenko found Barbashev. He trips at the red line. The Hawks bring it in. It's Kirby Dach, right wing. Pressed up against the glass by Robert Thomas. He cycles it around to the left wing. 1:09 to play. Net empty for Chicago. 6-on-5 attack. DeBrincat, long shot, didn't get through. Dach brushes it in front, and a chance for Strome was redirected. Oh boy. He couldn't put it on goal. It caught a piece of Colton Parayko, and it went out of play with 1 minute to go. An offensive zone faceoff coming up for Chicago.
Yeah, what a nice little play by Kirby Dach. It kind of hit him in his stomach, kind of settled it down, saw Strome coming right down the slot. He gets the shot off, but unfortunately deflected over the net. I'm looking at possibly a timeout here with 1 minute left.
Yep, both head coaches still have their timeouts, including Jeremy Colliton, who won't signal anything yet. Jonathan Taves at the dot, left side of the St. Louis end.
Yeah, the one thing you could say about that, the only two guys that were left on the ice for the Hawks were Dach and DeBrincat. Their other four guys out there now are fresh guys.
And you still got some time. You got a minute left. Jonathan Taves on the draw against Robert Thomas. He wins it to Hagel. Up top, it's bumped to the near side for Seth Jones. His pass went off the stick of Buchnevich. St. Louis trying to get a shot towards an empty net. They won't, as the Hawks get back in their own end. 45 seconds left. St. Louis on top by a goal. It's 1-0. Seth Jones backhands it along the near side boards. Kubalik spins it in from the left corner. Knocked down by Falk. He'll clear it down the ice. And icing is called. 31.5 to go. And Paul, here's where Jeremy Colliton may use his timeout. We'll wait and see.
And I think what you do here, if you let them get in there, take your time, and then call it right before the face-off. What it looks like they're doing now.
Yep, there it is.
I always thought that when I do that now for, you think about it. Take that time to catch your breath before that. You can go to the face-off almost like you're going to take it, and then at the last second before the face-off, call the timeout. It doesn't change a thing, but it gives your 6 guys that extra maybe 20 seconds of rest.
And sometimes that's all you need. I mean, that goes a long way. 31.5 seconds left to be exact here in the third period. We'll reset it for you. That's all the time that's left in regulation, but if Chicago can get one here, they would tie the game because they're only down 1-0.
Yeah, and it looks like, and they've had this instance before, it looks like they kind of had a play in mind already. It's something they've talked about. The guys we have out here, you got Taves on the draw, obviously, your best centerman. You got Jones, Kubalik up top, Hagel, DeBrincat, and Doc in front of the net. Hawks put their best 6 out right now.
Taves, with his success in the circle, will try to win it. And he'll do so, brushes it over to Hagel, now up to the point. Here's DeBrincat, top of the left circle. His shot went off of Thomas. Comes into the left corner. No one is close for the Hawks, although kept in by Jones. To Doc, he loads, lost the puck on the forehand. It comes over the right corner, 15 seconds to go. It's played out of the zone by Thomas. Seth Jones is back after it. 10 seconds left, maybe one last charge. Long stretch pass to Doc. He steps over the line, finds Kubalik. His shot knocked down in front. Hagel sets up Doc. The pass was behind him, and time expires. The Hawks gave it all they had late, but they could not beat Jordan Binnington tonight. Chicago falls here at Enterprise Center 1-0. It's a shutout for Jordan Binnington. The Hawks did everything but score in this hockey game, and the only goal is obviously the game winner. That's Torrey Krug's first of the season in the third period.
Yeah, heartbreaking loss for the Blackhawks, because you could argue probably against maybe their best opponent other than the Carolina Hurricanes last night. They probably played their most complete 60-minute game. For sure, the 5-on-5 play, that was the best I've seen them have consistently throughout a hockey game. Unfortunately, a couple bounces wouldn't go their way. Dominic Kubalik had a chance there. Kirby Doc in a couple whiffs. I mean, it's really kind of just wild how many times that's kind of happening to the Blackhawks, but I give them credit for the effort. Obviously, this is a results-based league, but if this effort keeps coming, I like where they will trend in the future.
You hit the nail on the head. This result will frustrate Blackhawks fans, but the way they played is promising. I know a lot of people don't want to hear that. The team's still winless, but that was a step in the right direction. This St. Louis Blues offense came into this game the best in the National Hockey League, and they only got 1 goal, and it came on the power play. Marc-Andre Fleury with his best performance as a Blackhawk here tonight. Something to build on.
Yeah, I think this is hey, every team has injuries and COVID, things happen. Patrick Kane missed his 3rd straight game. Henrik Borgstrom, a top 3 line guy. Riley Stillman has been playing well, and Tyler Johnson out, who's been a really good spark plug for him. So, you hope those guys are trending towards coming back, but this is a game the Hawks can build off in terms of effort, in terms of playing. I think the style and at the pace that Coach Jeremy Colleton talks about, how he wants them to play with the F3 high and playing a smart game, playing hard, making it difficult on the St. Louis Blues. They did that all night, like you said. 1 goal, and it was on the power play. This is easily probably the best, most consistent game the Hawks have had, 5-on-5, and it's something to build off. Hey, we're not trying to take the small victories, but if they continue to play like tonight and make that a consistent thing, the Hawks can get back into the season and make things interesting.
Absolutely. So Jordan Binnington again gets the shutout in this contest. Blackhawks had 2 power plays. They could not find the back of the net. The Blues scored their only goal on the power play, 1 for 3 in that department. Again, it's frustrating. A lot of positives, but they don't come away with the result they wanted. That ends this brief 2-game road trip. They head back home looking for that first win coming up on Monday against Ottawa. And we'll see if they can get it at the United Center with the fan base backing them. And, we'll see if Chicago can. I think once they get that 1 win, the others are going to come much easier. It's just breaking through and just trying to crack the code there.
And it's really tough to talk about, right? Because we're right there, and once it'll happen. But it's getting tough to say it because you keep repeating it over and over again. But wow, it was a hard-fought game tonight. You saw a lot of really good things, and it's something to build off of, and hopefully Monday night back home, like you said, in front of the crowd against the Ottawa Senators, that win number 1 is coming.
Real quick, just to reiterate, great effort by Marc-Andre Fleury, easy for me to say, 36 saves on 37 shots. Jordan Binnington shutout. 25 saves. The only goal came at 7:25 of the third from Krug, assisted by Tarasenko and David Perron. Well, we'll take a break. The post-game report brought to you by Bitcoin of America. Coming up next is, again, Chicago Falls here on the road to cap a 2-game road trip. 1-0 your final score from Enterprise Center in St. Louis. We'll take a break. Post-game report after this. You're listening to Chicago Blackhawks hockey on 720 WGN.
Jake and Christine knew they needed help renovating their dream home. As a Pella advisor, I make sure every step of getting new windows and doors is smooth, including setting you up with our Pella Care Guarantee. It covers everything from product to installation, with some of the strongest warranties in the industry.
Right now, you can elevate the look of your home with special offers from Pella Indianapolis. Visit PellaIndianapolis.com/radio to learn more.
Power a house full of devices with the fastest Wi-Fi, only from Xfinity. Now through October 31st, ask how to get a special offer of $300 back when you get gig speed internet. Or get started with up to 50 megabits per second download speed for $20 a month for 12 months with a 1-year agreement. Go to Xfinity.com, call 1-800-XFINITY, or visit a store today. Requires paperless billing and autopay with stored bank account. Restrictions apply. New performance starter internet customers only. Equipment, taxes, and fees extra and subject to change. After term, regular rates apply. Gig Wi-Fi requires gig internet and X-Fi gateway. Actual speeds vary.
So then I dropped some garlic and croutons on there, and the rest is salad history. I made the best salad ever, people, and now I'm making the best app. The Caesar Sportsbook app got live in-game betting, parlays, and Caesar rewards. Caesar salad ain't got nothing on my app. Nothing!
Must be 21. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-9-WITH-IT. Download the Caesar Sportsbook app. Your app is ready, Emperor.
Chicago's very own 720 WGN. When and where you want us.
Alan Fearing, Paul Caponegri with you live from Enterprise Center in St. Louis, wrapping up a 1-0 setback for the Chicago Blackhawks. The only goal from Torrey Krug on the power play at 7:25 of the third period. Real nice effort for Marc-Andre Fleury. He does not get rewarded, but boy, did he play well. 36 saves to end it, Paul. It's hard to look past him for the guy who led this team essentially all night long. Just came up short.
Yeah, and really that's why I'm picking him, as my Ditch Witch Midwest player of the game. Marc-Andre Fleury was what you signed up for as a Blackhawks front office and team and fans to see tonight. And that is sponsored by Ditch Witch Midwest. Since 1970, Ditch Witch Midwest has been your partner for trenchers, cable plows, and directional drills. Visit ditchwitchmidwest.com. Marc-Andre Fleury, really good tonight. A lot of good things from the Blackhawks. Great thing about the NHL, Monday night, they're back at it. Get another shot.
Fifth appearance for Marc-Andre Fleury as a Blackhawk. Certainly his best performance, the 36-year-old from Quebec. Actually turns 37 coming up just after Thanksgiving. Something that, he's not going to feel great about when you look at the final result. But, again, Blackhawks fans, I think that's certainly something this team can build upon. And once again, Torrey Krug with the goal, Vladimir Tarasenko and David Perron with the assists. St. Louis ends the game 1 for 3 on the power play. Chicago went 0 for 2. 25 saves for Jordan Binnington in his shutout effort tonight for St. Louis. Well, Paul, it's been a lot of fun, man. I hope we get to do it again. This was very enjoyable. Obviously, we wish the result was different, but that was an entertaining hockey game, start to finish. Usually that's not the case when it's only one goal, but me personally, I love a good, goaltending duel, a good pitcher's duel, if you will, in baseball. We had that tonight. It was a lot of fun to watch the game, and it was great to work with you.
Thanks, man. It was a blast with you. I think we did okay for a first time ever working together. I thought you live in the dream here with the fans and with your family in the building. Really, really happy for you, and I had a great time. And like you said, I hope we get to do it again. And and call a Blackhawk victory.
I'm looking forward to that.
Let's keep it rolling, and good luck tomorrow. Back at it tomorrow. It is your regular doing it all.
Yeah.
Get back to that grind, and hopefully we'll see you in Chicago.
I guess I should mention, I'm full-time with the Bridgeport Islanders right now in the American Hockey League, in the New York Islanders system. Actually, we built some early chemistry early on. You said your first pro training camp as a player was in Bridgeport. So
it was.
It was it was
one of the first
there.
things I wanted to mention to you, because it's just ironic that was my first time in pro hockey. Is in Bridgeport, so pretty cool.
Well, Paul, thanks again.
Awesome, man.
You've been very helpful. Joe, back in the studio, has been awfully helpful for me as well. He's next with the Bitcoin of America Chicago Blackhawks post-game show, and we hope you stick around for that. Once again, the final score from St. Louis, the Blues 1, and the Blackhawks nothing. This has been Chicago Blackhawks hockey on 720 WGN.
Kershaw took it away, got it to Kane. He shoots, he scores! Patrick Kane!
It's time for the Bitcoin of America Chicago Blackhawks postgame show on the Blackhawks Radio Network.
Way to go, Blackhawks!
Here's Joe Brand.
Well, despite likely the best effort for a full 60 minutes from the Blackhawks this year, they start this year with, I believe, possibly the worst start in franchise history. 0-7-2, 9 games in, still without a win. Just did a quick skim across hockeyreference.com. We'll try to get some definitive answers for you in that regard. But again, 60 minutes for the Blackhawks. Unfortunately, unable to pull away a victory against the mighty St. Louis Blues. A 1-0 final over at the Enterprise Center. This is the Bitcoin of America Chicago Blackhawks postgame show here on 720 WGN. Let's head back over to the Enterprise Center and bring in Paul Caponigri, who, Paul, we kind of have now, or are going to have, the same conversation that we had after the first period, after the second period, now here at the end of the game. A solid effort from this team. Marc-Andre Fleury's best game, that's undisputable, as a Blackhawk so far this year. But the difference in this game was just one goal, and it went to the other team. And, we continue to have these conversations of what can you pull from this loss. And tonight it was a lot, but you just can't pull the W from it.
Yeah, you said it pretty well there. I'm just trying to think of other things to say that we haven't been saying, the last 3-4 games. But I think maybe the biggest obviously the Marc-Andre Fleury thing is a huge takeaway. He looked like the guy that we signed up for. But the other thing is 5-on-5. Their special teams. It's such an oddity. A team that was going 0-6-2. But their special teams have been so good. You just think there's no way that their record could be that way, but they just have struggled so much 5-on-5. Tonight was a big step in the right direction. You're playing against the top team in your division, arguably one of the top 5 teams in the league, and you went toe-to-toe with them for the most part. They had the shot advantage, but honestly, the Hawks had a lot of chances that didn't become chances or become official saves, because they missed the net or a puck bounced over a stick. So, that is the biggest takeaway and a positive. And like we said, this isn't this is a wins and loss, business, but you got to build off it somewhere. And I thought it was the best 5-on-5 game from start to finish for the Chicago Blackhawks.
Yeah, I would agree. Any individual efforts that stuck out in your mind? Anybody that had a pretty good game?
Oh, yeah. A guy that always brings his effort, but I thought he was a little more creative tonight with chances. Brandon Hagel was really good. I thought Dylan Strome played his best game. Was really all over the pucks. Hard. He played fast. Made good decisions. He generally does. When he's moving his feet, he's really good. And then I thought Eric Gustafsson had his best game of the season so far. Kind of changed the D pairings up, which I like to see that. Let's like we said in the pregame, throw it in the blender and see what sticks. And I thought he played really well with Connor Murphy early on, and then he kind of got mixed in more and was playing a lot more at the end. He was with DeHaan at times, but he played his best game. Had that big hit, and he brings that offensive element for the second power play unit. And I thought those 3 guys, other guys played well, but those 3 guys kind of stuck out in my mind.
Paul, Marc-Andre Fleury's sitting down with the media. We're going to let you go. We're going to let you catch the plane because we want to hear what the goalie had to say.
Let's do it. It's always MAF first.
All right. Thanks a lot, Paul.
All right, Joe.
We'll talk to you. We'll talk to you when you get back home. Yeah, let's head over to the media. Marc-Andre Fleury talking.
Myself and helping the team. I thought the guys battled hard in our D zone too, helping me out with rebounds and loose pucks from the net. So I think as a team we defended better, and I think that showed in the scoreboard too.
How mentally challenging has this month overall been for you, just to have such a difficult start with a new team?
Yeah, very frustrating, embarrassing by time. Coming in, and obviously I wanted to help the team. I wanted to get some wins, and we haven't won yet. I think we had some hype with our team, with the new acquisition this summer, and younger guys having a little more experience this season too. And I think we all expected more out of our team, and it's been tough. It's been tough to keep smiling, keep staying positive through it. But we're trying, we're trying our best. We're practicing hard, trying to turn this thing around, and we've got to get out of this hold and soon.
Next question is from Scott Powers with The Athletic. Scott, you can go ahead.
Hey, Marc-Andre, how do you go about turning it around from here? What do you guys need to focus on? Is it more of a confidence thing for just to stay positive still?
I think so. I think when a team goes through such a tough time, right? But down, I think the confidence lower. Guys holding the sticks a little harder. Guys want to do a little more, myself included, and it's not helping, right? We've got to find a way to stay loose while, playing hard, playing intense. And sometimes I feel like some game to get a couple goals, and then maybe it's bad bounce or something, and it gets, I feel like we kind of get down a bit, we have to find ways to stay upbeat and keep pushing for 60 minutes, and still believe that we can come back in games and win.
How challenging was it in the third period to take two penalties that close together and put that much pressure on the penalty kill?
I thought our PK was good all night. This is a good power play on the other side, and I thought we did a tremendous job all night, blocking some shots and stuff. And obviously, like I said, they're very good, and we can't give them too much opportunities. And I feel bad too. I think Krug was coming in, opened his blade, looked like he was going to pass in front, and brought it back, and I was leaning towards the middle on it, and that was the difference in the game.
Last questions are from Phil Thompson with the Chicago Tribune. Phil, you can go ahead.
What kind of a mindset did you come in with? Did you feel more calm and cool coming into this game, or were you just plain ticked off maybe about the frustration leading into this game? I don't know. I try to be relaxed, try to go through my routine, and obviously, like I said, I want to be better for this team and for my teammates, and been having a few good practice lately, trying to get back at it and trying to do the right things, and I feel honestly it's the most fun I had those first two periods in a long time. Just making some saves and having a 0-0 game, still having a chance to win. All the way till the end of the game. I thought that was nice, and it was nice to contribute and make some saves. Is there some past experience you can draw on to share with the team to help them through this? Past experience that you can draw on?
Something like this. Honestly, it's been maybe my first season in the NHL a long time ago. We had something like this a bit, right? But I don't know. It's obviously a tough stretch that we were having here, and but
I remember back then, just a veteran, saying that we got to keep pushing, keep building, and what we do good, and try to fix what's wrong, and keep playing hard. Giving all we got. And tonight we had some good bounce. Only got a couple pulls, and puck didn't go in the net, and we stuck around all night long. So just gotta keep going, trying to stay positive through this, and work through it, and get ourselves out.
That rookie year for Marc-Andre Fleury that he was referencing, 19 years old, the Pittsburgh Penguins started the year in 2003-2004 with a 2-4-3 record. So that's what Phil Thompson had asked of the Tribune, if Marc-Andre Fleury... Oh, no, I take that back. It's actually his following year. It was the year after his rookie year. How about his head coach that season, Eddie Olczyk? But that year, the Pittsburgh Penguins in 2005-2006 started with an 0-4-5 record. And he was talking about when he was leaning on some of the leadership of that team and things they had to say. I tell you what, it's very interesting to hear Marc-Andre Fleury say that it's getting a little difficult to smile. When the Blackhawks acquired him, the Vezina reigning trophy winner, all that was talked about was how positive of a teammate he is and how great of a locker room presence he brings. Constantly smiling, constantly positive. This was his best game as a Chicago Blackhawk. 36 saves, and the one that gets through his legs by Torrey Krug on a power play goal ends up being the difference. And Marc-Andre Fleury, of course, not in a happy mood right now because the Blackhawks didn't get the win. But to hear him say it's tough to smile, I mean, that's pretty telling just based on who Marc-Andre Fleury is as a person. And, keep in mind, when the Blackhawks acquired him, there was a whole bunch of hype with getting this elite goaltender, and there was a little bit of some pause waiting to see if Fleury was going to come here or not. He was kind of waiting to make that decision. He credited, at that time, the general manager, Stan Bowman, for giving him the time to make that decision, and then he decided he wanted to come here and play and move his family to Chicago. And he, brought that smiling face to training camp and brought that hard competitiveness that the team said that had been contagious and made forwards want to score on him so much more. And Marc-Andre Fleury just seeming pretty frustrated, like I'm sure a lot of the Blackhawks are tonight. But again, all in all, this was the best 60 minutes that they have pieced together as a team this season. It doesn't result in a victory, but at least it does show that this team can compete with one of the better teams in the NHL, the St. Louis Blues. I mean, you go to last night against the Carolina Hurricanes, another very, very good team. And even Jeremy Colleton said, we could have played our best game of the year and still come away with the loss. That kind of happened tonight. And it doesn't entirely tell the story of this team because I don't think we still know what the full potential of this team is. Still a lot of frustration brewing. There's still a lot of anticipation for just that first win. At first it was getting the first goal, then getting a lead, and what this team could do with it. And you've seen those bright spots, but unfortunately they haven't been able to piece them together enough. And today they go into a raucous Enterprise Center with a very good St. Louis team, a heated rivalry, and you get out of those first two periods without giving up a goal. It's kind of job accomplished, getting that done. But they're unable to pick up a win. Jeremy Colleton is sitting down with the media. Let's hear from the Blackhawks head coach.
Hey, we didn't win the game. We were in it. We gave ourselves a chance. Thought it was a much... it was a solid performance, road performance. They're a good team. I think we defended hard. We got some real good kills. Obviously, they got the one. It's off a skate. 1-0 game. Winning goal goes in off a skate. We had our chances. I thought we probably had even more opportunity to score. Like we, fanned on a few in the slot, and they got their stick on a few. They did a good job blocking a few of our opportunities. We had a couple 2-on-1s we didn't get a shot on, so I think we had the chance to create even more. Fleury was really good for us. When you get those saves early, it helps you build confidence. For me, the missing link here has been to follow up again and have build on it for sure, play better, create more. But that's what we got to do in order to break through and win. So, I mean, we're clearly not happy with where we're at. For me, at least the effort looked like it could win a hockey game tonight, where the night before I don't think it was good enough.
First question is from Scott Powers with The Athletic. Scott, you can go ahead.
Hey, Jeremy. Did you feel like the PK was just put under maybe a little bit too much pressure in the third with taking the consecutive penalties?
Yeah, it's always tough back to back. And, obviously, it's two killers too. So Cal took the first one and then Briggsy took the second one. So that's always makes it tougher. I think ultimately we did a pretty good job. Like, they got a really good power play. They got weapons. I have no idea what their percentage is, but it looks pretty dangerous. And I thought we did a pretty decent job there. I thought couple clears, didn't get all the way down, which puts you kind of on the back foot. They're able to enter a little more easily. We couldn't get everyone fresh on the ice, but ultimately it goes in off a skate. It's a tough break.
We saw the news about Tyler Johnson. Is that something you think is going to be long-term, or do you have a sense of that?
No, I don't know yet. I think there's just got him back there to get evaluated further and then see what we're going to do. So I don't know what the prognosis is there.
Next question is from Ben Pope with the Chicago Sun-Times. Ben, you can go ahead.
Hey, Jeremy, what did you think of Marc-Andre tonight? Finally, a really good game from him.
Yeah, he was really good. It was a big lift to our team. Thought that's the kind of performance we need. And, I thought our team responded as well. We came into the game, I thought, a determined group to have a better effort and be harder to beat. And, we got some saves, but I think that the team backed them up. So, again, we got to finish the job. We need to get points. We need to get wins, something we can build on, momentum. But the performance, that comes first.
It looked like the fact that his first month with the new team has gone poorly is kind of weighing on him. Have you seen that? Do you see him sort of struggling a little bit to stay positive through this?
Well, I think he's a really good pro who's got a ton of pride and puts a lot of pressure on himself to play at a high level. And he's done a lot of winning in his career, so he wants to win. So just like everyone else, he's frustrated, wants more, feels we're capable of more, but we got to do it.
Next question is from Phil Thompson with the Chicago Tribune. Phil, you can go ahead.
Thanks, Jeremy. I was just wondering if you could elaborate on what you were talking about with the missing piece being not following up.
I just mean we haven't been consistent enough. It's like tonight was pretty good effort. Okay, so it's 4 to 6 games. So we need 6 out of 6. We need 6 out of 6 games where we're solid, we're hard to beat, where we put close to 60 minutes together. We don't beat ourselves. The ratio hasn't been good enough to break through.
I know there are things you weren't happy about, but it seemed like you cut down on the odd man rushes and shots down the middle. What was the key to that?
Yeah, I thought we defended better. To me, it's a mindset. And I thought the players had the right mindset tonight. It showed a lot of leadership and determination that they were going to do what needed to be done to win on the road against a good team. And it didn't go our way. We can't, we got to score on our chances. But the chances were there, and I thought defensively we were better.
Thank you, Jeremy.
Head coach Jeremy Colleton talking after the Blackhawks fall to St. Louis tonight, 1-0. The Blackhawks do set a franchise record with the worst start to begin a year, 0-7-2, 9 games without picking up a victory as St. Louis improves to 6-1. They're in first place in the Central Division, which is the Hawks as well. We're going to take a break, hear from Brandon Hagel. I take that back, Alex DeBrincat, when we come back as the Blackhawks fall to the Blues tonight. You're listening to the Bitcoin of America Chicago Blackhawks postgame show on 720 WGN.
I'm pretty sure our new house might be haunted.
What makes you say that?
The furniture is levitating. Oh, and the ghost.
Welcome home.
Yeah, that's spooky.
You know what's really scary? Missing out on Geico for help with homeowners and renters insurance. Geico makes it easy to save a bunch.
Great! You're not sticking around, right?
The party's just getting started.
Happy Geico Week. Call today and see how easy homeowners and renters insurance can be.
For 40 years, Michael Myers has haunted this town. He is the essence of evil, and evil dies tonight.
We're gonna hunt him down and we're gonna put an end to this.
I want to take his mask off and see the life leave his eyes. Happy Halloween, Michael.
Halloween Kills, rated R, under 17, not admitted without parent, in theaters and streaming only on Peacock now.
Only Sector SPDR ETFs divide the S&P 500 into 11 investable pieces. You can now customize the S&P 500 by overweighting and underweighting sectors to meet your investment objectives. Before investing, consider the fund's objectives, risks, charges, and expenses. Visit sectorspiders.com for a prospectus containing this information. Read it carefully. Distributed by Alps Portfolio Solutions Distributor, Inc., a FINRA member.
Imagine a deck. What do you see? A bunch of straight, parallel boards. One plank exactly like another. On and on and on. Sure, they're evenly spaced, but so are prison bars. Break free with TimberTech's high-performance multi-width decking. Innovative technology that produces the most lifelike look of real wood anywhere. So you can create a real wood look inspired by the latest design trends. Instead of, Alcatraz. Start dreaming today at TimberTech.com. TimberTech. Go against the grain.
Win your share of $1 million with the BetRivers Beat the Spread Challenge. When you bet on pro football games at BetRivers this season, you can win weekly and season-long prizes. Every time you beat the spread, you'll earn points and move your way up the leaderboard toward the top prizes.